topics, whether conscious or cosmic. It's never nonsense, mega levels are microscopic. It's a Killah Priest project, AD control the rocket. Before we land the plane, many things we engage and explain. The unexplained, without mask. Welcome to the Killah Priest podcast. Killah Priest podcast.
Yeah. Mic check 1 2. What's good, y'all? What's good? Hey, what's happening? It's your boy AD holding it down temporarily on the Killah Priest Podcraft. What's happening, y'all? It's gonna be a wild night tonight. What's happening? Yeah, I'm celebrating Father's Day next week because my folks live far away from here. It just works out for me like that. Priest is going to be joining us via Zoom today because there's a lot going on in LA, if y'all don't know. So it's just best for Priest to be locked down where he's at rather than be out traveling from where he's at. Do you know what I'm saying? Because LA is going through some things right now, so y'all already know about that. So that's what's happening for today. He'll be back for sure on Thursday, but he's gonna join us also right here on the Zoom very soon. So stand by for that. Hope y'all are doing good. Shout out to Brian Douglas, Jody Southworth in the building. We got Crappy Slappy in the house, Erwin Coleman in the house, Swing Swords, Elohim Supreme. That's a dope name. He says, "Be well out there, dodge the riots." Yeah. Plus, it's also Father's Day and everything, and Priest just got back from the long flight and everything, so we agreed best for him to stay where he's at because I'm in another part of LA, and there's some traffic from here to there that would be there'd definitely be some conflict. Even with the Uber, it's like the streets is madness. Even on Father's Day, isn't that crazy? So yeah, y'all get it. So we're gonna do via satellite or via Zoom today with Priest. Peace, Brian Douglas. From where I'm at, I'm far from it, so I'm cool. I could walk outside and it'd be all right. But yeah, that's what's up. Fella B in the house. Swing Sword. So we're gonna go with the flow as we normally do. About the topics until Priest joins us. And we may have some other guests joining us for today also. So that'll be cool. Feel free to ask any questions or any topics you want to talk about until we get Priest on the show. And we're going to take it from there. Otherwise, I'm going to be showing y'all the latest updates. The usual updates. As y'all know, we've got the website popping. Let me get you a better view here. Hold on a second. KillahPriest.tv. Some of y'all guys have not even been to the site yet. I'm gonna bring it up. Let me get it bigger here. Hold on. KillahPriest.tv. This is where it's at. We're going to update the blog. We got the latest releases, obviously. Going to the top. Going to the shop. KP merch. Now, he'll give you an update on the inventory when he comes on board, but get these tan shirts right here on the left. A lot of these are one of a kind, so they may not be getting reprinted. I believe he still has plenty of fans, so if you guys want to get the fans, do that right there. It's got the hoodies. It's already sold out in one of the hoodies. And from this online store, which is accessible through the description area, you'll be able to get that merch. You know what I'm saying? Crappy Slabby says, yeah, it's been a minute. Hope all is well with you and the fam. Oh, he's talking to Jody. Cooler Move says, peace to the Podcraft. All right, let's go. So that's that. What else? Shop. Podcraft merch. Yeah. Get that Podcraft merch, yo. Bucket hats. The mugs go fast. Get that mug. And sweatshirts are there also. We also got the water bottles. Killah Priest Podcraft. Travel mugs. And the crossbody hip bag. That's rocking too. I gotta buy the pillow for the room, and then we got stickers. For many of y'all already know this. I'm just showing it to those who don't know. Know what I'm saying? Okay, so that is that for that. And CDs and vinyl, obviously, that'll take you right to whatever's left on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? So check that out. So that's what's up with that merch. And then, if y'all don't know about XclusiveDirect.com, this is where you can get some exclusive Wu-Tang gear. Links in the description. Check all that out. Also got the hip hop CDs and stuff like that. Exclusive Direct. Some of these are going to be cheaper than what you would normally pay elsewhere. So, you know what I'm saying? There's some jewelry up there too. If you look at some deals, go to exclusivedirect.com for some Wu-Tang gear and hip hop in general, stuff like that. Exclusive Direct with an X. And this site's growing fast. There's a lot of traffic going here, just because of its availability and fast shipping rate. So this is not the type of stuff where you order it and you have to wait months. No. It comes quick. It comes normal, I should say, not quick. It comes normal shipping rate. So it's not some type of having to wait a long time. Exclusivedirect.com. Okay, what's going on? Name says at work, but happy Father's Day, fellas. Put the phone the damn down. Put the phone the damn phone down when kids are family and present. Yeah, it's the thing, man. The phones are such an integrate part of our lives. It could be a challenge to put the phone down, even in special occasions. You know what I'm saying? It used to be a thing where people just sat down and ate. Now, when you go to a restaurant, it's very common, especially with a female. You sit down and they take a picture of the food, and they ate. You know what I mean? It's always like, and this just happened to me the other day. So it's like I was over at Disneyland with this girl, and we ordered food, and she was bam right there ready, like bow, click, click, click. I was like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? I didn't want to post. I didn't post anything. Because I don't do that for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be like, unless I'm at a spot where I'm really trying to show off, yeah. But it was just me and homegirl, so I wasn't trying to like post anything. You know what I mean? But she did. She went crazy, and it's just like click. Look at this angle, click of the food, yo. And it was just fish tacos and sliders. It looked nice though. I get it. She was having a good time. But it's just funny how the phones are a big part of our lifestyles now, man. It's funny. But yeah, y'all already know. Jay Bland says, "Happy Father's Day, Pod Fam." Yep, Happy Father's Day. Technically, I'm a father because I have a cat. That's what I'm sticking with today. I already got a couple. Happy Father's Day. And they're like, "No, AD, you're not a real father. You got to be a father to a human." I'm like, "Man, have you had a cat before?" Waking me up in the middle of the night, yo. Just because he wants chicken instead of tuna. But I'm just playing. Happy Father's Day to all the real fathers out there. And yeah, that's what's up. Okay, let's see. Checking the Zoom. We got no Zoom yet. Priest gonna be coming on board soon. All right. Aurora Borealis says, "No job. I'm struggling." Man, there's a lot of ways to make money, Aurora. If you're not using Chat GPT yet, I don't know what you're doing. Get on that Chat GPT. It's free. Tell Chat GPT what you want to do. It'll give you advice on how to do it. Tell it what kind of money you want to make. What you trying to do. What are your skills? Talk to AI, yo. We in that generation now. Don't be afraid of AI. If you are, don't be afraid to talk to Chat GPT. You could look that up, and it's literally like an advice robot. You could talk to it about anything, man. You'd be surprised. It's crazy. But if you're looking for a certain type of job, even in your area, where can I find this type of job in my area? It'll give you websites. It'll give you suggestions. If you want to be a YouTuber, if you want to be a better artist, if you want to monetize your artistry, if you want to maximize your skill set, make some money. There's a lot of opportunities out there, Aurora. But use ChatGPT because we're lucky to have that nowadays. It's really able to advance you in research. Rather than you having to research, you can have ChatGPT to it. You can get advice for doing videos, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, that's my little rant on ChatGPT. Solar Fact says can't get paid and the Earth this big. You can. There's plenty of piece of the pie for everybody. Solar Facts. There's a lot of money to be made out there, but you gotta hone in on what you want to do. There's things you could do now to make money, but you may not want to do it. So that's gonna be up for you to strategize. What I suggest you do, Aurora, is talk to ChatGPT and give yourself 15 minutes of strategy. Like, yo, I'm going into strategy mode right now. And strategy modes where you take out a piece of paper and you just write down what you want to do, where you want to be at, your goals, all that. You know what I'm saying? Go out there. But look at it like, instead of saying where the money at, say where the work at. What work do you want to do? And there's going to be two types of jobs: your craft, and then your 9 to 5 or your money. You know what I mean? There might be where you have to go work at this, construction or doing some type of like retail job. And then you've got the other part of you, which is your craft. That's your music. That's you putting yourself out there as an artist. You're already building that as your craft. Cool, you got that part down. But then the other part is where you're making your money. You know what I mean? So if you're just getting started, you're going to want to have both. A lot of people don't have the opportunity to have the craft. So you're lucky to have that craft, Aurora, where you're making music. That's the fact that you have the time for that. That's a beautiful thing. But now set aside some time for when you're just making money. And you might have to do things you don't want to do as far as like this type of job or that type of job. That's going to be up to you to find that. But, money moves, craft. And you might get to a point where you have to put your craft to the side just so you can build up that income, build capital, and then you'll have stuff to play with. You know what I mean? But like I said, for the advice and suggestions on how to get started, I would suggest you use ChatGPT. There's other ones out there too, but that's just the easiest one to use. You can go to Instagram too, and there's AI right there too in the search bar. The AI is everywhere. But don't be afraid of the AI. It's kind of inevitable. Yeah. Unsubscribe says peace with the dove and the olive branch. Yeah, y'all see KP in the chat. He said he's gonna be joining soon. So yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. What else is going on? There's a lot of topics we can go into. Jody Southward says, "Yep, AI is everywhere." Yeah, if you go on Instagram, there's a lot of. You see what AI is doing as far as like making people that doing things. You know what I mean? It showed Obama doing things that is fake, and it showed all kinds of you've seen it on Instagram where they're able to make people do things. Fake humans. It's scary because it looks real. But Jay Bland says even Alexa switched to AI last night. You know, Glizzy says I had a conversation with ChatGPT this morning. Yeah, man. You'd be surprised what you could talk to it about. It's able to access information faster than you can. You know, so I used to always Google stuff. Now I have ChatGPT do it because the outline it gives you back is easier to work with and faster. You know, recipes. I've been doing that with recipes and stuff like that. You know, like what should I add to this omelet? What else goes good with chicken and rice? What kind of herbs is best with this if I want to make it this and that, you know? This is an example, obviously. There you go. Jay Bland says, I'm learning to be a better programmer with AI. It's making my life so much easier and getting more productive with my work. Yeah, man. It's so good. I can't imagine how college students are doing it now. Like, it's just not even fair for the colleges anymore because you can literally upload an assortment of questions and then boom, all of them are answered at once. It's like, man, what can you trust? Because you're going to have doctors that are getting degrees and all of these professions that got there from using ChatGPT. You know, how can you trust that they know what they know, you know? Priscilla says chicken and waffle background. Let's see. Philippi says family makes movements. So, yeah, it's something to take advantage of, I think. No matter what profession you're in, or even if you're not even using it for work, there's a lot of stuff that ChatGPT can assist you with. You know, Magneto says no more doctors. We're always going to need doctors for emergency work, obviously, delivering babies and broken arms, things like that. But Glizzy says facts. College degrees can't be trusted anymore. Yeah. But you know what's great? We're in a transitional period right now. Imagine 10 years from now when everyone's used to ChatGPT. That's when I think it's going to be difficult. Like, we're at a certain turning point right now where if we use it now, it can assist us faster. Because there's a lot of people not using AI yet. You know, people are seeing the creative part of it, but if you sit down and look at what you do every single day, there's a lot of ways where the AI can assist you. Recommendations, suggestions, dealing with certain people, dealing with social media, dealing with getting emails, responding to emails. You know, a lot of you guys already know this, but some of you are not still getting it yet. So I'm talking to those who don't get it yet, obviously. I try not to preach to the choir on this show because I feel a lot of y'all are, well, I already know a lot of this audience is a little bit of the older generation and kind of already knows what's up as far as certain subjects. But these new subjects with AI is interesting because there's always a learning curve with the new technology. Jay Bland says, I even had major surgery on an AI robot in January. Wow. That's interesting. Magneto says, all doctors do is diagnose. AI can diagnose at a better percentile, probably, yeah. Brian says, AI is built for business. It is. But it can do more than business. You could ask AI some interest. Yo, I was in a conversation with AI talking about Doctor Strange powers. And I was like, okay, in a real world Doctor Strange environment, what kind of books? If I wanted the mentality of an actual Doctor Strange, because he was reading all those books in those libraries, what type of forbidden books would you recommend? I typed that in, it gave me a whole list of these like esoteric books that you can get that'll give you a bunch of information. And then I'm thinking like, well, why even open the book if ChatGPT can already read it for you? So it's like take a book that you haven't read. It's a lot of pages. You don't got time for that. You type in the book in the chat GPT and say, give me a summary about what this book's about. What are the major points that this book is about? Give me the 48 laws of power. How can I apply this with da-da-da in my everyday life? You can get specific. You can get specific. David Flores animation in the house. What up, David Flores? We're talking about AI. Even as an animator, David Flores, you already see how AI has infiltrated the creative world and how so many novices can create animation. It's not as good as yours, obviously, but people can create animation using AI for all kinds of things. You know, it's real interesting. But it's up to you to be a strategist in your field and really see where you can use it. Because if it even saves you 10 minutes of time, 10 minutes of thought power, then it was worth it. Yeah, a fella B says, now we got AI dropping beats. I've heard some of the AI music, and it's not there yet. I feel like visually, AI has done an amazing job. There's amazing AI visual stuff that I like. Cool. But the AI music, it's able to just create a lot of generic stuff. It's still a little clunky because there's nothing really unique to it. I'll tell you, there's a lot of AI beats that sound better than some human beats. I've heard that. But there's some, especially with hip hop, there's something a little bit too crisp if it's too crisp. Do you know what I mean? Some of the AI softwares will make a hip hop beat and it sounds so obviously generic that it doesn't have any personality. And a real good hip hop beat has soul in it. That's why they use so many samples. Some of the best hip hop beats are sample based because it's using that element of authenticity from another song, which y'all already understand. That's good, Aurora. He says, I'm not rapping off AI beats. That's good. But if you find an AI beat that you think will showcase how you rap better, there ain't no shame in the game because you have to consider the overall sound of your song. You know, it's very easy to just cross your arms and be like, nah, I would never be too proud. I would never use AI for that. Never use. You can have that ego if you want to. But if there's a project where you see, yo, I could really make that work, this, you know what I mean? You're going to have to keep an open mind because there's just going to be no escaping eventually. You know, I wouldn't rely on all your beats being AI. But if you like the way the bass line sounds in some AI song and you want to use that's between you and you. Yeah, and Aurora, you do rap on your own beats, and that's a challenge. That's a challenge in itself, because you're wearing two hats. And I did that for my beat too. I made a beat and I rapped on my own beat too, and that was cool. But I noticed when I rap on someone else's beat, I rap better. I like the way I sound on other people's beats because you know why? It separates the hat you have to wear. If you're just making the beat, you're wearing the producer hat. If you're going to rap on a song, you're wearing the rapper hat. But when you have to wear both hats into the same song, even though you can, you might notice that you prefer wearing one hat for every project. You know what I mean? And that's why I would suggest finding a beat that you like that someone else did, like maybe on BeatStars.com, and and just focus on being the rapper for that project, because I think you'll find you'll be able to channel your energy more and focusing on the song itself, rather than having to worry about the beat and doing your own words on it, which I get it. A lot of people do that. And you can if that helps you. But I'm just saying, if you're still starting out and you want to pump out more tracks faster, I would do that. I would do that. That's why, remember mixtapes? with Meek Mill, 50 Cent, Lil Wayne, they all started off doing a lot of mixtapes, hopping on other people's beats, rapping on other people's beats, because that gave them the ability to just create volume and then get their sound out there. People would hear the beat, know the beat, and then hear that rapper and be like, "Who's that? Who's that?" So with you as an artist, I would focus on that first. Get yourself out there as a lyricist first, and then every now and then make a hard beat that you throw in there, because speed is important. You know. Anyway, I can go on and on that. Jay Bland says, "I found I make better production when making for others." Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying. Make someone else their beat, focus on theirs, boom, boom, boom. And then when you do your own project, it's like you get to focus on your lyrics and everything more when you hop on someone else's tracks. Now, I get it, some can do both. That's cool, but like I said, I'm just talking about speed and working faster. Which when you're starting out, you kind of really want to work on volume and getting a lot of tracks out. Cuz like look how many tracks Tupac made. Look how many tracks Elvis made. Elvis made a whole bunch of songs that didn't blow up. But he had to make all those songs just to get started and really get out there. Yeah.
You're gonna come in full fledged, man. Word.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yo,
Priest is in the building.
what's up? In the temple.
In the
you
temple.
know?
You're right. I should start
In the
saying temple.
on the track.
You're right.
Yeah, exactly. What's up, my brother? What's good?
How you doing?
I'm great, man. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. You know, however you say it, man. Everybody out there. I just want to say peace to you and peace be unto you all. And this is gonna be tremendous, man. Me and Solo Jim, we're gonna be up. We gonna come. We get into the studio now. We're on our way. We on our way there. He already there, so we're gonna be on the screen. As soon as I get there, we just been traveling, you know. Tired, it's mad stuff going on. The riots, everything, man. It's just wild. It's wild. Shows in the midst of that, and we still holding our heads and maintaining, you know.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
How you feeling?
I'm good, man. Just I finally had a day off the other day, so I was able to reset. And now I'm just back here. I got my vacuum out, ready to vacuum the studio, clean, take advantage of the day.
Man,
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I said that's what you gotta clean out, man. You gotta clean up. That's a part of getting your mindset. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Word. So shout out to my brother Main Flow. You know, it's been so much going on. There's been so much going on, man. We've been so busy. And as soon as we got back, the whole riot started. I took everybody in the center of it and things like that, you know. But within all of this, you got to be able to channel where you find your peace at.
Yeah.
And, you know, home which is in the mind, is where you find your peace, man, or within your art, however you do it. You know
That's
what I'm
true.
saying? All right, go ahead.
Because you landed last week, right?
Yep.
And you came home right to it.
Yeah, I can't wait to it. Yeah.
Oh, man.
But then I shout out to a little other places here and there in the middle of that. And just getting everything together, you know? So it's going to be crazy, man. Shout out to everybody who got the fans. Because if the fans I told them, the fans are going quick. So make sure y'all get the fans, man. Order them online while we got them. I'm not going to have them no more. This is just the first exclusive. So go get the fans. The show's been good. My voice is like a little shot, but, you know, just taking every day at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to my man C1. It's his birthday today.
Oh, well, that's right. Gemini, C1.
Yeah. C1 is Gemini too.
Wow.
Word. Yeah, he did that shirt. He did the Abraxas too. The Abraxas 2 is, I can't say too much on that. But, you know, a lot of people ask me, yo, you gonna drop something else? Man, just wait till everything happens, man. It's gonna happen at God's speed.
Yeah.
That's how we travel. at Godspeed. Right now, got the Clan last show. I mean, the last tour and everything. So I've been on the phone with them. And yo, when they come to LA,
Yep.
when we do the show on LA, we're gonna have somebody come through. So
Ooh, that would be
that's gonna be
nice.
special. Yeah, it's gonna be special. Word, yeah, that's gonna be special. So yeah, I'm just talking and making moves out there. You know, making moves, stick it,
Yeah.
sticking it, word, sticking and moving. But you know, a lot of people asking me, what do you think all of this is happening? Where's this at in the stars? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like, what's going on with the whole universe right now? You got the you know, the Diddy trial. You got the war over here. You got the war over in Israel, Palestine. You got all these things are happening right now. You know,
Yeah.
where you see that in the charts. I'm gonna tell you what I feel because you got to be connected to feel. You got to be connected. I feel like I'm connected, man, and I'm starting to feel where it's at. You know, it's just a paradigm shift of getting us back on higher conscious
Yeah.
to be more aware. When things like this happens, it means that you're not aware enough, that we are not aware enough, and that we have to be aware of our environment. Of anything can happen to anybody, and you got to look around. And it's shaking us up because everything is a part of a learning experience, and this is a human experience that we learn in every day.
Yeah.
You know, you have teachers and sages for the ages. You have
Mm.
people coming on and building, but the ones who try to live it is a different thing than just speaking it. Doing it because the universe is preparing us to live it and not just speak it. Because I think the universe is speaking itself to everybody. Everybody's shooken up all over the, and this is where you find your all over the world, and this is where you find your solitude, like a great boxer's mind. You got to find a place where you can slow things down.
Hmm.
So just take that jewel. Everybody take that jewel, slow things down, and be able to see what it is and not what it appear to be.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
got presidents here, kings. For ages, you had all of that. I'm learning a lot, man. I'm learning a lot from this, just life. And you know, man,
Yeah.
all praises due for that because um, it's strengthening me
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. To see another Father's Day, to push our world farther,
Mm.
further, you know, just to be in and just to be, period. Shout out to common sense, just being, just to be. You know what I mean? And living in the now.
Yeah.
Whether you connected with the charts or the charts are connecting you. Pop it on the string, however you want to move it, but you move it in tune.
Mm.
The author and his book, they're both part of the story.
Mm.
Imagination. Yeah, I'm back on my tea. I'm back on my tea.
You drinking tea again?
Yeah,
Nice. Yeah, because you were on coffee for a minute, and I remember
yeah,
I was too.
I was on the cold brew. You know what I'm saying? I did the best way you could possibly do it because with cold brew you don't have to heat it up molecules inside the water,
Mm-hmm.
and so heat it disturbs it a little bit. But when you throw the nitro, so it never heats up.
Yeah.
So
But the tea seems,
I don't disturb nature like that.
yeah. But the tea seems to bring more balance, doesn't it?
Yes, like chess.
Hmm.
It calms you down, gives you a chance to think before you move.
Yeah.
to react, you know, like the lessons, you know. So the five, you know what I'm saying, all the lessons, I was about to say, were all the lessons in the ages, you got the I Ching book, you got the masters, they all spoke about the same thing,
Yeah.
to be able to slow time down in order to see it. Even Neo showed you that in Matrix. He was able to see the bullets when he could slow it down.
Mm.
He could stop the bullets because he could see it. But when you're moving fast, and you know what was deep about the Matrix is that all Morpheus wanted was a conversation.
Hmm.
That's all he wanted was a conversation. He wanted him to have a conversation with the Oracle. Talk.
Yeah.
Listen, oh, this pecan. Yeah. So, you know what I mean?
It's funny
Crazy.
because that oracle was a reflection of Sophia Stewart.
Yeah. Came from her imagination into the animation into reality. So, yeah, she drew that up.
Yeah, and
And
her
whether,
go ahead.
uh,
I was just saying her words
you
were
know,
very profound, even in the
yeah,
movie.
yeah, I had a chance to really talk to her. Mine is super, super sapphire, super conscious, on point on all levels. She doesn't claim just one thing. You know, she tells you that she's native and she's able to see and she's open and able to be free. That's what I learned when I said, you know what, I'm going to invest into myself and buy my music.
Hmm.
And you're able to be more free and you're able to do more things. Once you man, it's 48 tracks. What are we doing?
Hmm.
There's a lot of it's a lot of movement you can make. There's more room. I told you, there's more room, man. It's a lot of room.
Yeah.
It's time doesn't permit. I often spoke about the games. Like there's room to score 1,000 points, but you don't because of time. You know. And I talked about overtime, going in overtime. How the game is technically over, but not until you say so. The wheel of the team can take it into another dimension right there in front of you. And the wheel of both teams can take it into double overtime, to triple overtime. That's if they're on the same frequency. That the Pacers and the OKC right now going at it. They brought the OKC to a level where OKC had to rise. They had to rise up in the fourth quarter. There was no more time left.
Hmm.
And the Pacers, well, what they just was like, what I want to say, they were in a state where they just kept shooting it, kept going in. They were locked in, but it took that fourth quarter for the OKC to rise at that moment. And they pulled it off. Now they got two more games. I don't know if it go to a game 7.
Hmm.
You can look at that, man. Some people push you, bro. Some people, listen. Superman had a identical twin, Cain and Abel, pushing each other. One represents farming, the other represents the shepherd. I was just doing some ill study. One represented farm and agriculture because that's what they was dealing with back then, and being a shepherd was to be more lucid, mobile, different, adaptability. So you're dealing with two mental states back then. Of this was constructed the world back then. Being a shepherd or being a farmer, going with the natural resources.
Hmm.
Cain and Abel. There were other people too before that. You had You have Osiris and Set. You have stories that but it was the same story of the political, of how people wanted to live. Nature, farming, hunter-gatherers. Intin. A lot of people doesn't know about Intin and Emish. Intin and Emish. Ooh. Yeah. Intin and Emish. Those is another story of the king. You hear it. You hear it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yin yang. Oolong, black and white tea. Or tea and coffee.
Yeah.
What do you choose? Chocolate or vanilla? You know, it's all good at the end of the day. But there's the northern and the southern. We all talked about the styles, man. We talked about the 5 Deli videos a whole bunch of stuff. Hold on. I'm all right. Just ride it. Word. Everything good. Remember that part where Dr. Dre, they thought they shot at him, but then he got up and was like, help yourself. Feeling good. You looking good with the shirt, though. I see the shirt.
Yeah, man. This is my Podcraft uniform.
No doubt.
I'm gonna wear this on Sundays, and then I got the Killah Priest one I wear on Thursdays.
No doubt. Well, you got to get into that.
Trying to be organized.
I'm almost pulling up. We're gonna get solo gems on there. I'm almost pulling up to the studio now.
Okay.
I'm gonna come back in. I'm coming back in though.
Okay, for sure.
We gotta take it to the next level.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yo, we gonna. All right, one piece.
Peace.
Hold on.
Y'all heard it there. Priest is going into his studio, and will be joining us once again very soon, most likely with Solo Gem. Thanks for being with us here, y'all. Solar Facts says the Express Yourself video. Okay, that's what you're talking about. Yeah, man. Aurora says 80 uniform, great idea. As uniform, because I'm working. So I try to like have an outfit for everything I'm doing. I got an outfit for going to the store. I got an outfit for chilling. I got one for Sundays for when I'm doing the Podcraft, which is this shirt. One for Thursdays. Every single day, it's just routine and organization. It helps the mindset. And part of today is also cleaning day because it's Sunday. So I got my vacuums out. I'm about to vacuum after the show. That's why I want to be done by 9 because that way the neighbors don't get mad if I vacuum past 10. I am not like Eminem, but thank you. What did it say? What's the best what? Hold on, let me a second. Going back up. What's the best stem separation software out? Ooh. So I'm using Serato. But that's because I DJ with it. And it's cool. I think it's a luxury to separate stems, especially if you're sampling. But I'm not doing too much of it outside of the DJ world. So I'm using Serato DJ. But there might be better ones out there for whatever you're trying to do. But yeah. Key 1D7 says, who told you get your outfits? Yeah. I mean, especially because, we got that exclusivedirect.com. There's a bunch of Wu-Tang shirts that are available out there still. Some of them are being sold out. So I'm just trying to stay ahead of the game. So what do you think of Timberland creating an AI artist? Okay, so here's the thing. Timberland and me have the same birthday. The Pisces like me, both March 10. So, like, I understand him. I understand his beats. I hear his music. And I'm like, I love it. And I've loved it for so long, even before I knew astrology. And I wonder why I like Timberland so much. Now I get it, because we're the same birthday and stuff. So I kind of relate to his The way he puts the music out, and he puts a lot of like bongos, and he puts a lot of like ethnic stuff. I love that. As far as his doing that with the AI artist, I think it's kind of brilliant. Only because of the marketing aspect, because it's never been done before. So by doing that, he's creating more hype. Even if you agree with it or disagree with it, it becomes a talking point. So in the entertainment industry and even in politics, as you may know, bad publicity is good publicity. So if you understand that in the entertainment world, that's why you see so many risk takers, people doing things that you don't like, you know, because bad publicity can be good publicity. Can I go too far? Yeah. Is it risky? Can you kill your own reputation? Yeah. But if you do it right, you get your numbers up because you got people talking. So in that realm, it's like it doesn't matter if they're saying good stuff or bad stuff. As long as they're talking about you, you have that sense of relevancy, you know? So I'll leave it like that because I think you already can imagine the examples of that. Rich Genetics, great question, says, AD still burn the herb every once in a while? You know, I was doing this thing where I would only smoke on Wednesdays. And, you know, back in 2005, I had these big bongs. I had these big zongs. I was just like blowing clouds of smoke, getting work done, making music. It was this great feeling, you know? And now that we're in 2025, I go to the smoke shop. I get something like Paradise, Durban Poison, or Tangy. Same strains that I was using back in the day. And it's just too damn strong. And some people tell me, AD, it's because you don't smoke that much anymore. Your tolerance level's down. Yeah, that might be true, but it is so strong, man, that when I'm on it, I feel great. But here's what messes me up. When you come down off of it. When I'm on it, I feel like $1,000,000. I'm able to get things done. Cool. But, like, as you're getting off of it later that day or the next day, there's something else in there that's leaving some type of remnants that's different. It's something too strong. A little bit of psychosis. I was freaking out over little things. And I'm like, I never used to freak out over that. Now, that could be a combination of, you know, me getting older combined with the cannabis. Maybe when I was younger, I didn't notice things. Now I'm more sensitive to it. There's so many things. Could be my diet because I'm eating cleaner. So because I'm eating cleaner, I have more sensitivity. Who knows? But to answer your question, no. I've had to take a big break off the ganja, bro. No matter what I blame it on, it's just holding me back more than pushing me forward. You know, when I'm on it, I get this false sense of dopamine. I get the dopamine hit. Feel like very productive, and nah. So now without it, I'm doing a little bit better. But my nutrition is right. I make sure my blood sugar is good. You know what I'm saying? I'm eating like beef and rice a lot. My water intake's good. I take these electrolytes, and that is more effective for me because you know why? Sleep. Sleep is key, bro. You need to set up your life so that when you go to, you have a nice 8-hour sleep. Because if you sleep right, your whole day is right. Your whole life's right. You're going to feel good. It's more important than diet, but you need a good diet to get a good sleep. So if you can prioritize your sleep, you will see a whole shift in your world. And the weed wasn't making me sleep 100%, yo. You might pass out. You might think, oh, the weed helps me sleep. And it does, but it kind of just knocks you out. It doesn't really give you a quality sleep. Now, some people out there are going to say, yo, AD, if you mess with this strain, it's got more CBD, and it actually will give you a good night's sleep. Okay, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the regular, like, you know, potheads that be smoking sativa all day and stuff like that. That kind of gives you a cracked out feeling, which I kind of had for a long time, and I thought that was motivation and excitement, but it was low-key borderline anxiety. So it's like, you know, after comparing all of that, I realized the sleep was key, bro. So then I did more research using ChatGPT and, you know, following these nutrition gurus online, and they were talking about magnesium glycinate. Now, if you don't know about magnesium glycinate, yo, most of us are deficient in magnesium. Okay, you all already know about that as a mineral. And there's a topical one called magnesium something. But that's like the topical one that you just spray. That's what I was doing before, where you just spray onto some magnesium and it's supposed to help your muscles. But glycinate is one that just gets you from the inside. And I got the tincture. I just put it under your tongue before you sleep. Yo, I took that and been sleeping good, like deep sleeps and like waking up feeling refreshed. And then that has like made me like, I don't need coffee. I don't need coffee. I don't need weed. I got energy, bro. Like the kind of energy you wake up and you just want to do push-ups. So it's just like, you're just doing push-ups in the morning, pull-ups, and you're just, you get that nice cortisol spike, not hungry. That's what I love, man. And that's what I'm getting hooked on. That's my new addiction is having a good night's sleep, waking up and just doing calisthenics and having a natural energy that I didn't realize I even had. So everyone's different, yo. And Chujitsu Abutsu Akasu says it right. Weed will mess with your dreams, and it kind of did. It kind of made it so that I wasn't dreaming. I like to have good dreams. You know what I mean? I had great dreams last night. And that's deep, because you're kind of almost meditating in certain realms of the dream state. There's like meditational aspects happening there, and we talked about before the astral projection that can happen, and spiritually that's very healthy. So that's my one thing is magnesium glycinate. Look into that. And then the second thing for me was getting this air purifier I got. Yo, I didn't know how much of a difference an air purifier would make. I got a cat, so it's important to have air purification anyway because of the fur. But when you sleep all night long with like a steady air purifier going on, you'd be surprised how keeping the air fresh helps you sleep way more blissfully, yo. I didn't think it was going to have that much of an effect. I actually had left it on accident when I had first bought it. I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, air quality, whatever. But it's such a small detail, but makes a big impact. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave the links to what I'm talking about in the description after the show. I'll leave a link to the magnesium glycinate I take, and I'll leave you a link to the air purifier I have for Amazon. And y'all just check it out. Get whatever you want to get. But, man, what a difference. Because you're able to breathe better. Like, in your sleep, you're just breathing in naturally. It's amazing how much dirt and, like, junk is in the air. You don't realize it. You don't know what's in the air, especially when you live in the city and you have your window open. You don't realize what's in the air, yo. When you have a purification system happening in your house that's just keeping it at least cleaner than it would be, your breathing is just, it's subtle, but it's a big difference. And I'm sleeping with so much depth, and I'm like, yo, I know that air purifier is making a difference.
Don't worry about it. Hold on. I'm back on.
Yeah, what's going on? Peace.
I didn't get up yet. I'm just waiting. My
Jody's on
little
it.
garage. Oh yeah, my garage thing don't work. The key, yeah, acting weird. Here we go. Watch it. That's it. Yeah, there we go. All right, yo, AD, I'll see you in a few minutes.
Okay.
Just open.
Okay. So Priest is getting set up there. He's going to be joining us here real soon. Thanks for everybody in there hanging out with us. Shout out to Ben Frank. Jay Blunt says, I got air filters machine a year ago. It was like $300, but yeah, mine was $300 too. Dude, I'm so happy I have it. And I can control it with my phone. So I could be laying in bed and being like, air purifier on. And then when Priest shows up, I put it on pet. Pet just kind of like increases the fan, makes it more hardcore so that it really pulls down any kind of allergens in the air. Because usually Priest and Solomon would be sneezing from all the dander from the cat. So I have it on a schedule now. So every Sunday and Thursday before they arrive, the air filter automatically turns on and puts it on pet mode. So I don't gotta even think about it anymore. And I got it set up so right when I go to sleep, air purifier is coming on by itself. So it's huge, man. I love these little things. But it's the details. I didn't think an air purifier would change my life, but it feels like it is. I love it. Oh, good question. Joseph says, have you ever had 100% oxygen through a mask? I did when I had my wisdom teeth out. So when I got my wisdom teeth out, they gave me the oxygen mask, and that was because they were making me pass out. Because you know how they knock you out? They knocked me out, and I remember like, oh, this is nice. Next thing you know, they're like, count to 5. I was like 1, 2, and I was gone. So I remember that. But yeah, 100% oxygen through a mask is incredible, huh? Wow. Khwaja Rakib El Shamsi Ata Arif says, yo, salute Almighty Ben Frank. Yeah, the laser and ppm sensor. Dude, it's just high tech. I didn't know air purifiers were this advanced nowadays, but once I bought it, I was like, this is great. This is fire. So anyway, like I said, I'm gonna put a link in the description for what I'm talking about, so y'all can check it out. But try it out, especially if you if you smoke, if you have people who smoke cigarettes in your house. Actually, just anybody. You could just already be a clean person. If you add an air purifier and turn it on while you're asleep, I guarantee you're gonna notice like you're just breathing better and sleeping better. I think like the mind just gets more oxygen. Oh, there you go. Oxygen bars in Vegas, best hangover cure besides cold showers. Wow. Yeah, man. There was an oxygen bar at Six Flags once, and that was nice. What is this? Madmanum says, I had a lucid dream recently where I realized I was dreaming when I handed DJ Spooky my mixtape, and it was a VHS, and for some reason that triggered me to realize I was in a dream. That's the best, man, when you realize that, because you're in there and it's like, wait a minute, it's too good to be true. You know what I mean? Like, how do I have Busta Rhymes in the studio right now? Like, wait a minute. It's gotta be a dream. Then you start realizing, yeah. Anyway, so y'all get it. Yeah, the air just smells cleaner, but yo, it's happening subtly too. Like you're just kind of just breathing better, and then when you sleep, and your mind's getting good oxygen, it just improves the quality of your sleep. It's incredible, and that's what I love. That's why I'm like, okay, I'm on this subtle stuff now. Like, I'm over the cannabis, and but I tell you, the healthier you get, the more sensitive you get. If you don't realize that, the healthier your diet is, the more sensitive to the crap you become, because your body is so able to adapt. If you ate McDonald's every other day, your stomach and your body would adapt to eating it, and you would be able to handle it no problem, because you've developed a gut microbiome to handle fillet of fish or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, once you start eating healthy and you don't have any junk food for like even a month, your gut microbiome is now no longer set up to handle any junk food. And then you go and have that fillet of fish, it's not going to feel right. You no longer can handle it because you've built up a sensitivity. Not built up, but maybe you built down a sensitivity to that because your gut microbiome isn't ready for it. So the same thing happens with smoke. I had been smoking for so long, and then once I quit, I went back to it. I was like, yo, this is crazy. That combined with the fact that it's more potent. Okay. Khwaja says, there's an ozone thing you can attach your furnace, and it cleans all the air in your house. You can smoke cigs, and you never know. Oh, that's cool. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm trying to upgrade water next. Charles says, if you have sleep apnea, you better do everything possible to correct that, because that will kill in 5. Wow. Yeah, I don't have any sleep apnea, but I used to snore. And then once I quit drinking, I wasn't drinking often. I was drinking like every week or so. Once I quit drinking, my snoring went away. It's a deviated septum. Pull-ups, dips. Yeah, stay away from bad drinks. Yeah, so that's the next thing. I feel like I've mastered the air in the house, and now I'm gonna like. I have a filter for the shower, which is supposed to like filter out fluoride. So I'm gonna hook that up next. But yeah, that's gonna be water filtration. I'll talk about that next time once I get that hooked up. But Jay says I could tell you stories about that, dealing with it after all the stuff I've been through. It's the little things, man. We gotta pay attention to the little things. It's everything you eat. It's the way you breathe. It's the way you smoke. I mean, it's the way you sleep. And for those of you who do drink, you know the difference between having 3 shots and 4 shots. That one shot can just ruin your day, or it can make your night. Who knows? But I mean, I feel like it's a time where we're all becoming that much more self-aware. You know. Jay Bland says there's a new machine that pulls water out of the air. Nice. Cool. Joseph says hydrogen infused soda. Okay. Yeah, that's a controversial topic with the soda because I can talk about the benefits of soda. People be like, "What? Like AD, soda is not good. Don't be promoting soda." And I'd be like, "What's not good? The phosphorus? It's not that much phosphorus. What, the carbonated water, the sugar? Like, it depends on what kind of soda. Like, I could talk about that, but I won't. But doctors used to prescribe Mexican Coca-Cola as something to make people feel better. But we'll leave that subject there. Hey, what's up, the mojito? It's Father's Day, yo. Tell me happy Father's Day. What's up? Good? You know you're on camera right now? Do you hate when I do this? Oh, you chilling today. See, when there's no guests, when I don't have people in the house, he's just chilling. He's lovable. He's not fighting. He's not feisty. It's only when there's like guests here that he feels like being a punk. It's like he just needs to show off and like let everyone know who owns the house. You know? Anyway. Okay, so Charles says don't eat anything flour based. That's interesting. I'm not sure. I know if you're talking about gluten, that's one thing. But yeah, flour can create endotoxin. But you know, back in the day, there was a lot. They ate a lot of bread. You know, but obviously we can talk about the difference of bread nowadays. The difference of the flour that's here compared to Italy. Italy, you can have pasta, you can have pizza, and be super healthy. But you have that pasta and pizza in America, and it's not healthy. Then we start talking about glyphosate. If you don't know about glyphosate, that's like Roundup poison they put in the flour out here. That's why our bread is not as good as the bread in Italy. You know? But yeah, people in Italy be eating pasta all day, spaghetti, and they're lean. You know, and people are so afraid of carbs. They're having spaghetti and meatballs and pasta, and they're just good. But the wheat is different. The food quality is different. It's not the product itself. Yeah, I've heard that, Jay Bland. Oat bran is supposed to be a better option for grains. Yeah. Like has 19 pounds. He's only 6 years old. Around what? So Mojito seemed to have stopped growing maybe when he was like 10 or 9, because he was a small cat for a minute, and now he's just at this size. But my cat's pretty lean for his age. So, but he's getting fed the expensive stuff that I get at Whole Foods. But as long as your cat's not being fed like Friskies and Fancy Feast, which has carrageenan and all this other junk, your cat won't get chunky. And you have to always give it wet food, not dry food, because the top disease that cats get is kidney disease because of a lack of water. Cats won't remember to drink water. They'll go the whole day without drinking a drop of water. So you have to give them wet food. Even if they're indoor or outdoor. You should always give your cat wet food and be careful of dry treats. It's like eating saltine crackers. If you eat saltine crackers, it's going to dry you up. You're going to need to drink something. You know what I mean? So you don't want the cat to dry up, especially in the summertime. All wet food. And he has a water fountain, but he barely drinks out of it. So cats don't really be drinking water like that. Okay. Where we at? Priest is joining up again soon here. Joseph says, Italian booty. You see what happens when we start talking about health? I start going into it. I like talking the nutrition stuff, man. Related says, I'm going to eat and drink what I wanna in moderation. That's what's up. Because you really just don't want to overdo anything. And even if you do eat junk, your body will adapt to it and work with it. Our bodies are so intelligent. You know, the gut microbiome just creates its own environment to be able to handle whatever you're eating. That's why people are able to change diets and transition to them. And once they're in those diets, it works well for them. Whether you're doing keto, carnivore, vegan. There's a sugar diet now, but I don't promote that or suggest that. Okay, Solar Fact says Friskies is what I feed him, dry food. Yo, I would try to start putting in wet food instead of the dry food because the dry food is easy and convenient for you, but for the cats, it's gonna dry them out. You know what I mean? They need moisture. So you try to get them into the wet food. Just get those cans, even if it's Friskies wet food. If you don't want to get the more expensive stuff, because the expensive stuff is like $2.50 for a can of cat food. That's a small one too, and it's healthier for them. It's a little more expensive, but at least your cat's gonna get some hydration. Yeah, cat's water source can't be near the food dish or their litter box. That's a good point, Rich Genetics. Charles says, I'll eat pork before I eat a bag of Doritos. Yeah, there's a lot of chemicals in the Doritos, man. You know what's crazy is that because we all know those crazy girls that eat hot Cheetos all day. At least I know a lot of crazy girls that eat gorgeous, beautiful females, but they're eating hot Cheetos. And they already know me, so they're like, I know I'm not supposed to be eating them. I'm like, yeah, that's like really bad. Those spicy hot Cheetos. Who was it? He had to go to the hospital. It was a rapper kid. Not Lil Pump. It was another rapper kid, Gen X. Anyway, he had like 3 bags of not flaming hot, but they were they're the Mexican ones. Anyway, they were like a spicy, crunchy hot Cheetos, but no, Takis. He had a bunch of Takis bags and had to go to the hospital, yo. Because he inflamed his stomach so bad. I don't know if it was an ulcer he created or something, but he had these hot Takis. And it messed him up. And I remember being younger, I had them, they're good. But 3 bags, nah. You know, it's not just chili powder. They're putting straight up chemicals in there. Lil Xan, that's right, Elohim. It was Lil Xan. He had to go to the hospital, man, from hot Cheetos or something, from the Takis. There it is. Thank you. Jody is on it. Reportedly eating too many. Okay, it was flaming hot Cheetos. I thought it was Takis. Yeah, like how many do you have to have? There's a red dye in there and everything. Yeah, too much MSG, monosodium glutamate. It's an emulsifier. It's technically supposed to be a flavor enhancer, and your mind will be sparked by it. It's MSG is in Tillamook ice cream, yo. Tillamook. Like, you're better off having Haagen-Dazs than Tillamook. Because Tillamook straight up says, it won't say MSG, it'll say natural flavoring. If you see something that says natural flavors, there's a good chance that's MSG. They can just hide it in there. They're allowed to do that. They hide it under the guise of natural flavors, quote unquote. But yeah. There's health. If you want to have chips, like I have healthy chips for Priest if he wants them here. They're like low fat, regular chips. But if you look on the back, it doesn't say natural flavors. It's just like dried potatoes and salt, vinegar. Yeah, of course he had the munchies. The munchies is basically just because the cannabis drops your blood sugar. So you just get low blood sugar and therefore you're hungry. You know? And so with ramen, because we all love ramen, yo. Ramen's great. It's fatty because they fry up those noodles in palm oil. So we think we're just eating noodles with, you know, the packet, but it's a fatty noodle. And a pause, and then all that powder that's in the packet. So I was always like, well, I'm just not gonna use the packet. I'm healthy. I'm just gonna have the noodles. And it was like, nah, this is a fatty noodle. So I went to Whole Foods and I got the organic ramen noodles. People are watching right now, like, hey D, what are we talking about here? What? This is what I talk about. This is what we think about. This is what we go through. But we're talking about making wise choices. Where it's at. Okay. First, I'll show you the bad one. This is what you don't want. Because, yeah, it's spicy and they have challenges for it, but it's full of a bunch of junk. So this is what you don't want. But what you do want is, bam. So this is just straight up ramen noodles. Doesn't have any packet. It doesn't have any. It's not fried in fat. It's just literally the wheat noodles that you could just add to a broth. You can make your own broth with it. And this is what I've been messing with, yo. It's good. It's easy to digest. No problem. You can get that at Whole Foods. I should put the link in the description for this too. But this is great. I'm having this today. You just throw that in the. Obviously, just make it like regular ass noodles, and then I just add some beef stock and maybe like a fried egg. Boom, done. And then you got energy. Good carb source, and I'm ready to rock. All right, let's go back. So yeah. So healthy noodles. Dagon goes like, noodles? The healthy ones though. We're not talking about Maruchan or cup of noodles. That's processed junk. I'm talking about healthy, regular, where you look on the back and it just says durum wheat or whatever. Water, you know what I mean? Just basic. But it's hard to find those. It's hard to find. Like you probably can't find clean noodles unless you go to the Asian section. Obviously, if you go to the authentic Asian section of a store, they've got the udon noodles. Just look at the back and make sure it doesn't say natural flavors because that's MSG. And now some people out there are gonna be like, MSG's fine. It's not gonna hurt you. Blah blah blah. And I get it. I've been in so many debates about certain things, and yeah, your body is resilient. It can handle a lot of stuff. I know. We're just talking nuance. We're just talking nuance. You know, it's not like that junk's gonna kill you. Some say it does. But if you're just trying to be pure, especially if you're trying to watch calories, by getting the regular noodles instead of the ramen noodles, that cuts the fat by a lot. There's like 16 grams of fat in the regular noodles. Okay, I'm sending Priest the link. Okay, 1 second. I know my lighting's all messed up. I'll fix that. I turned off my what's it called? Exposure. Oh, that still looks horrible. Yo, my lighting is messed up today. It's because I'm letting the sunlight in. I don't have the main light on. Sorry. I had the studio ready for Priest today, though. The lighting I have for him is nice now today. Bright. Yeah, this works. Okay, who's talking about Chinese? I mean, so Japan has noodles too, obviously. The reason why I like Japanese food is that's a little bit cleaner, a lot more like basic and simple. So I've been messing with the Japanese style. And, you know, I'll look up on ChatGPT and be like, how did Bruce Lee eat? What kind of stuff did Bruce Lee eat? You know? Because he went vegetarian for a little while, but he always went back to meat. And then he had protein shakes. He didn't like cheese. He was always talking about, like, why do Americans eat cheese? But what I was always looking up was the ratio of the bowls, like the udon bowls, not the udon bowls, the goidon bowls. There was always a certain amount of rice compared to beef. You know, we come here in America, we got a lot of meat and then like a little bit of rice. But in Japan, it was more rice, little bit of meat. You know what I mean? And then you look at some of these bodybuilders from the old school days, and they were like, yeah, unless you're doing steroids, you don't need that much protein. You know, you want to keep your carbs up. You know, so that way you were like focusing on your performance. And it made sense. You look at a lot of the dishes, Japanese dishes, there was a lot of carbs, there was a lot of rice, and they were lean. A lot of noodles, you know. Now Korean barbecue, that's something else. That's a little bit more meat heavy. But they're still balanced there. That's the craziest thing. I go to a Japanese restaurant, you got noodles, you got big old thing of rice, a little bit of meat, a little bit of tempura, like just like a good balance. I'm like, okay, that's cool. But then you go to Brazilian, or you go to what did I just say? Korean barbecue. And it's like boom, a lot of meat right here. Then you got your little kimchi. You know, it's still balanced, but in a different ratio. You ask them for a bowl of rice, and they bring you a small little thing of rice. It's like, oh damn, this is different. I still liked it. But yeah, macros. So everyone's got different macros. I don't think there's one that's for everybody. But I just liked experimenting with that. I liked experimenting and seeing what works the best. I know. I'm sorry for making y'all hungry. I'm sorry. But the whole point was nuance. The whole point was attention to details. The whole point was balance. As a studio engineer, I'm mixing in all the time. It's always a mix. Too much bass, bring the bass down. A little bit of snare, let's bring up the highs. Treble, mid, constantly pulling in,
Hey,
pulling out. Go ahead.
My bag, bro. Yo,
Hey.
which one do I do? What's good? Yo, I'm trying to join it. I'm trying to put it on my big screen. Which one do I join it?
What's that? You did it.
Nah, man, it's the phone.
Oh, you're on your phone right now?
It looked like it though.
Yeah.
I might just rock it with the computer right here.
Okay, yeah. Do you want to just watch the playback, or you're trying to watch it exactly?
So you set the thing. Okay, if I'm good, then I'm good. What's good, y'all?
Yeah, because you could rock with that as long as the camera is gonna be like that. That'll be cool. Or if you put the camera sideways, whatever works for you. There you go. Bam. See, we get more width.
Yeah. Steps.
I'll come by there one day and check your webcam.
Okay.
It should be a thing where you just click on the webcam and then boom, you're in, without having to adjust anything. But yeah, I gotta come through and get your studio right. At least your lighting is better than mine.
That.
Yeah, that works. Oh, you got a $20 bill in the corner.
Oh, snap.
Ballin'.
Word. Oh, I should have my light.
Yeah, man. You know, we running out of topics when I start talking about noodles.
What kind of noodles?
That's right. We were talking about. I was talking about clean, organic, just basic noodles that don't have any fat or packets. And I was talking about the ratios that the Japanese use of starch to meat compared to meat to starch.
Yeah, they masters, man.
Yeah.
They masters of the noodles, man. They the masters. A lot of y'all think, oh, spaghetti. They masters of noodles, man. Word. Yeah. Yo, Killer Dread in the building. Yeah, they see my head growing.
Coming to you live.
Getting long there.
Man.
I'm not trying to show it yet.
How are the streets looking out there? Any protests?
I could take you alive. Not today. There's been something early. I could take you alive out there. You know, it's been crazy.
You do post. You post on Instagram.
Yeah, I took it to the streets. Everything is opposite owners.
Y'all make sure you follow Priest on Instagram because he goes live there a lot.
Yeah.
And you'll get a lot more behind the scenes.
Yep.
So follow Priest on Instagram.
Yep. Somebody asked where's Santos Bonacci.
Hey, he's doing his thing. He kind of took a break from YouTube for a minute, but now he's really pushing his Patreon and talking still about astrology, and he's using it with music. But I subscribe to his Patreon just to stay updated. But he's still going in. He's putting it out, but you know, it's Patreon style, which I think is worth it because he had such high value stuff he was putting out for free. But yeah. I'm on his Patreon. And Priest has a Patreon too for y'all that don't know. So follow Priest on Patreon.
Yeah. My Patreon is lit now, so we're doing it up like that. I don't know. I'm trying to jump into it. You know, today C1's birthday. Shout out to C1's. Shout out to Jason. Yo, you got that footage, right?
He sent a lot of clips.
We did it. We shot a music video when we was in Egypt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's in there too, but we have to edit that or do something.
Yeah, send me the wave. Or let me know what song that is.
Yeah. Woo ramen. I don't know. I like udon.
You're talking about udon, yeah. Udon noodles.
I like the pho noodles. What's those? The rice noodles? I think that's more Vietnam.
Yeah, Vietnamese.
Yeah. The pho noodles, the rice noodles. Pole noodles are the best.
Yeah.
Chinese pole noodles. And you gotta pull up them pulling noodles. Chinese pulled noodles. They just do it with flour, water. I don't know if they use egg, but they just masters of pulling the noodles. There's a spot, and Just Jay know about this. Shout out to Just Jay. We used to go to up in San Francisco, no, up in Oakland. My favorite spot. Just Jay, if you're on here, shout out to you, man. We used to go to this tea house. Yo, my man was Mr. Kemp. Yo, it was incredible. He would pull the noodles, right?
Mm-hmm.
And prepare the noodles, then give you your choice of tea. You know, you used to sit there and we used to get just tea drunk and then eat the pulled noodles with the broth. Oh man. Anytime you put green inside a broth, it's a family affair. Yeah, there you go. And when you go pulled noodles, you gotta go with the chopsticks.
Oh yeah. I got chopsticks here.
You gotta do, yeah, you gotta do it. Try to learn it, y'all. You don't know, because it's something about the chopsticks with the clay pot and the tea, the smell, they just blend together. It's like real wholesome. Then you start building on everything, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason why I need to use chopsticks is because it makes me eat slower. Because I
Hey,
have like the tendency to scarf stuff down,
yeah.
and
Gotta
people
catch
always be like, "Slow down, AD,
can,
damn."
can you catch a fly? You gotta catch a fly with its wing
Like
with
Karate
the
Kid.
chopstick. Yeah. Yes. Catch you gotta catch a lotus.
Mm,
Catch a lotus right by the wing. Then then you are able to eat. If not, you just eat rice.
yeah. No, I make rice all the time.
Yeah, but pool noodles, hands down, that's my favorite. I love pool noodles. Um, then I would say mm, they don't have it on out here, but it's chow fun. They have it on the East Coast. So chow funs are the fat, flat noodles. I
Mm,
like those too.
nice.
The chow fun that they have here are more thinner. Um, they're not as fat as the real fat wide ones.
Mm-hmm.
Something about it, I don't know. It just cover the broth and it picks up so much love up in the food.
Okay. Hold on.
I want to say the flavor, the savory in it.
I got the sun right in my camera. I'll be right back.
Yo, man, that's light, bro. Why would you stop that? Sometimes you need, don't stop that light. Happiness is what you create. Family is what you make, no doubt. That's why I feel I be. Yeah, we could do with the mantras. We could definitely do with the mantras. Living by the mantras is essential, man.
Yep.
For real. Create family is what you make. Um, I kind of like disappeared.
Hold on. I got you. There you are.
Oh, shout out to all the fathers once again and everybody who hit me up. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Every day. This is not a job; it's a way of life. Um, the sun don't make way. Solo pack. Solo packs. The sun don't like way. Yeah, man. You got to connect with the melanin.
Yeah.
Whether
I'm Colombian, just so everybody knows.
right. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Well, you know how that go, man.
Yeah. They say Happy
Um,
Father's Day to you,
we
priest.
call my brother's son because he shine like one.
Hmm.
So symbolic. Everything's symbolic, man. Symbolic. And yeah, I should really get into that, man. Symbolism.
Did
Somebody said,
all your boys hit you up today? Talk to all your boys?
yeah, I got one on me sleep.
Oh, okay, okay.
So that's how much we've been moving around, man.
Yeah.
Telling you, yeah, everybody hit me up. Shout out to Z. Word. Root dogs.
Yep.
Word.
Star Cam.
Yep. Stars. Yep. Star Kim.
That's
Yep.
cool. So you got a Virgo, a Sagittarius, and a Gemini. Wow.
Indeed. They
Yes.
got other ones. I got a couple of Sages. These are my, you know what I'm saying?
What?
Capricorn. No, it's
Yeah.
just this, from since they was little Capricorns
Hmm.
and there's other ones too.
Oh, that's good, man.
26, December 26. I got a lot of Geminis, I know
Wow.
C1, yeah, C1s. I got a lot of Geminis I'm around, for real.
Hmm.
My son, mom's birthday is tomorrow. Shout out to her. She just hit me up. Her birthday. Oh, solo gems. Word.
Yeah.
So
I'm
So
glad
yeah.
Soul Gem had
So
his
that's
cake.
Tupac. Tupac birthday is tomorrow too.
Oh wow,
Yeah. My man, yeah. Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
And you met Tupac before, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. I got a chance to build with him a couple of times. But you know, it was what it was. That history is there.
Yeah,
You know,
that's awesome.
unfortunate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, craziness of the streets.
Oh man.
But you know,
And
Waggy said I'm a good one. Yeah.
hopefully, there's no riots this Thursday. You can come into the
Huh?
studio because
Cool.
I upgraded the lighting and the camera angle
Yeah, I can't wait to see
in the
it.
studio, so
No,
it's
we
gonna
gotta get
look
Mitch.
dope.
We gotta get Mitch Hortz to come back. Your boy, she went in with it. You know
Oh
what I'm saying?
yeah, Mitch
I
is
want,
good.
yeah, I want to hear the science of Manly P. Hall.
Mm.
You know, the secret teachings of all ages, and he had a chance. A lot of people don't know about these names. You know, Carl Jung. You know, so a lot of this stuff went out, and you know, a lot of these cats they weren't scared to step out. You know,
Mm.
like the Book of Enoch was read more than the regular scriptures back in the days.
Mm. And then they took out the Book of Enoch.
Yeah, people preferred more of that side of the story than
Mm.
the one we get. That's why things are different now. You know? A lot of things are switched around.
Remixed.
Yeah, and then so when you bring it to people, they be mesmerized or shocked. They say, "Man, oh damn!" Not a lot of people was not ready for certain things. You know,
Yeah.
they get ready. Seasons, you know what I mean?
Mm.
When seasons come, it kind of like you start to see different the leaves changing,
Mm-hmm.
and you can kind of tell that the blanket of winter is coming, you know, and the quietness of winter is coming, and then boom, spring and fall. You know what I'm saying? Is you tell by the seasons. You got to get people ready for it. Before it
Mm.
comes on, it gradually has a way of teasing us until we're ready. That's what you think sleep is for. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. We were just talking about sleep.
Yeah, sleep is practice, man. It's practice for the everlasting. This is
Mm.
if we all rehearsing to be at the ultimate state.
Mm.
Practice, because why do we need sleep? Practice for eternal.
Mm-hmm. Restoration.
Yeah, Depa trip was it Depa trip to me DMT. So there's two times you feel that, right? You know the science of that. How it go?
For what,
One coming
DMT?
in the world, huh?
For DMT?
Yeah, it's to relax the body from the great coming
Mm.
and to the great leaving.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're transitioning, you have to be in some sort of pod where spiritual, it has to get you ready.
Yeah. That's why I think that's one of the main reasons our frequency needs to stay up so that the pineal gland can work as it should when we do transition. You know what I mean? Because if you get in a situation where that transition isn't going to be smooth, this is just my opinion. I could be totally wrong. I feel like your spirit wouldn't be able to transition appropriately if your pineal gland's not up to par, if your frequency ain't right. It seems like that's a major point of us keeping our vibe up is so that the transition is smooth. That's just my opinion. I'm assuming that because there's some days where we get too drunk, pass out, and we don't really have a real night's sleep. We didn't sleep, we just passed out. You know what I mean? No dreams, nothing. The DMT wasn't working. But then we have these nights where we had some nice faux noodles, had a good day, had a nice peaceful night's sleep, and had dreams, and the DMT is working.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So I mean that could just be me being afraid of it not working, but I feel like it's important to keep that pineal gland cleansed. Stay away from the fluoride. We gotta be as healthy as we can so that once we do transition, not only is it clean, but it's powerful. But that's just my opinion. I could be totally wrong.
Your work is done.
Hmm.
Your work is done here. You must go on. That's how that goes. You know, it's in some cultures, and even in this one, we kind of like put it to alcohol is spirits, and wine is called spirits. The
Yeah.
alternate state is, or so does the flower, and so does the mushroom on all levels.
Yeah.
In some places, food could. You
Yeah.
know, it puts you. It's a what you want to call it, like a pleasure.
Mhm.
Puts you in a pleasure state. Like, you feed the body.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you saying the DMT, when you're dealing with the DMT, um, that's a celestial suit, man. That's a that's a powerful that the brain allows itself to use it twice, once coming in, once going out.
Mhm. Or
And then our mad scientists, they got together and they
mhm.
went to their laboratories and tried to restructure that
Yeah.
and create that. When you relate to that,
Mhm.
we say drunk right at the end, but we never say drinking.
Yeah.
Yo, you drunk, you drunk, you drunk.
Mhm.
What about drink? I'm drinking, I'm drinking, I'm drinking. Chill out.
Yeah.
It's like the grand opening, the grand of all is I am drunk.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what we announce. It's not, you don't announce I'm drinking.
it's always dosage because we've all had that perfect amount where we felt a little bit more enhanced. It's after 2 or 3 shots for some people. For me, it's about 2 shots. And I'm like, yo, this is perfect. I feel a little bit like, I don't even remember my birthday, but I was already planning out what I was going to produce. I'm like, Priest, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I was strategically, remember? I'm going to
Yeah,
compose it. I got into business mode.
yeah,
And that
yeah,
was the
yeah,
that I wish I had stayed there. It was my birthday, so I went crazy. But there was kind of a mode, you know what I mean, where you do feel like this enhancement.
yeah.
There's a perfect dosage.
There are many doors.
Yeah.
Those are just the intros, you know what I mean? Just like tea keeps you there, has no level going on, and then water has its law. Because law is if you drink too much of anything, even water will start to hurt. It's a
100%.
balance. It's hard to kind of to keep your balance if you inebriated, if you're a little bit
Yeah.
because but you look, but you tapping into your higher self. Why stop there, right?
Mhm.
Because you're like, damn, I'm going somewhere, I'm going, where am I going with this? You try to connect with that. The whole thing is what you thinking, what you may be thinking or feeling, it doesn't come across the way you feel it if you up in that, you know what I'm saying, as they call it high here. In
Yeah.
this state, they call it being high or a higher level, or they say drunk. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what you're dealing with.
It tests
But
our
if you can
discipline.
hold that, a female told me this. And females are great at holding. They hold a lot.
Mm.
So she told me if you could take what was it? What was a feeling? I told her about the cookies. The time I ate those cookies by mistake.
Oh, were they weed cookies?
Yeah, I ate weed cookies, thinking they was regular chocolate chips.
Mm-hmm. I've been there.
Yeah. But that was the other state I was in because I'm sitting up here eating a whole bag,
Yeah.
thinking because I needed something to eat, being off off the strong drink. You know, we celebrating me and Ghost for the Woogle.
Yeah.
We got beside ourselves, and so I felt like, yo, man, I need something to eat because it does make you want to eat. So I
Yep.
started to grab the cookies in the
Mhm.
white bag, but I didn't know that they were weed cookies.
Mhm.
I remember somebody telling me, "Yo, Priest, these are the strongest we ever made them," and it was like six. And they were big cookies too.
Mhm.
So I'm on the phone. Shout out to Sid. So I'm on the phone. I'm like, yo, I can't remember, what I just said. Like the words was just like it's bad trip. So she was like, yo, Priest, hold on. I said, yo, I know I'm hungry. I just been eating these cookies. She says, wait a minute. Did you get those cookies from that party? I said, I don't know how they got here. I just got cookies. I'm at the last cookie. I ate like six of them deep.
Oh
So
Lord.
yeah, these are fully high potent weed cookies. So she said, Priest, those cookies are edibles. So I stopped. I was like, it's too late. I'm done. I got the bag. I'm balling the bag, and I have the last bit of a cookie in my hand, yo. I just went downstairs. I told the guard to call the ambulance.
Yeah, there's the anxiety part.
I called the ambulance. Yeah, because I knew I was going to be gone.
Yeah.
So the fire truck got there. They was laughing. You know
It
what I'm saying?
happens a
What I'm
lot.
saying? Shout out to Dave Flores in the building. So I just remember I was trying to stay here, but I was like going a little bit. I was like trying to, but I already knew. I just said, let me get a big jug of water. I said I'm gonna get a big jug of water because I know I know what you get your throat get dry, and at least I can because I know I'm gonna trip out. So I'm walking with a big jug of water. I know I'm looking crazy.
Mhm.
So not the ambulance, but the fire trucks come, and they said, I just told them what I did. I said, yo, man, I just ate a whole bag of edibles. Tell me what I need to do. You know what I mean? I want to take my blood pressure, or just take me in the insane asylum, or wherever y'all want to take me, because I'm going. And they told me, they said, yeah, man, they were laughing too. They were like, yo, man, you probably gonna be going
Yeah, they're laughing because
for a
no
couple of
one's really
hours.
overdosed from edibles. It's just it just trips you out, and then you go through a state of paranoia and anxiety because you start to think like, is this it? Did I just mess up? I had that same episode during the Podcraft one time. Remember?
Yeah,
I went and got liquid THC.
yeah,
I got liquid THC, and I'm like, let me just put a few drops in my drink. 'Cause I didn't
right,
want, I was like, let me just try this liquid THC. I didn't read on the back of the bottle. It said you literally only need a drop, and I had put in
yeah.
like 5 or 6 drops, thinking I was underdoing it. And then my heart started to race. I'm like, oh no, what did I do? Like I'm gonna have to call the ambulance. Like you start to freak out, and the anxiety was just full blown, and it hits you hard too. You know what I
Yo,
mean?
you jumped up.
I
I
jumped
was
up.
nervous for you because I saw it, but I've been through that. My whole thing, see, I always said, and this is how crazy you look because it started building up because I said, big jug of water. I got my entire jug of water. It's spilling, splashing. I'm just walking down like every second. I need to sip. I need to sip. So I knew it was over. I was like, yeah, it's over. It's over. If I could get past through
Yeah.
these couple of hours, um, the security guard was laughing. But I said, man, have fun at it. You know what I mean? Sid was laughing. She saved me for the last bit by telling me that I was eating edibles, but I thought I
Hmm.
was eating regular cookies, and I was going through them like it was nothing. So,
It's the
and I
toughest
remember
thing.
your episode.
It's the toughest thing because the cannabis increases your imagination. It's designed to trigger the right brain and make you just masterful at music and freestyling. It makes your imagination run wild. But the problem is, it's in our imagination that we create fear.
Yeah,
So when you have anxiety and you go through the what ifs, your what ifs are the most imaginative what ifs that you literally freak yourself out from your own creativity. You create your own fear. There's nothing to fear except fear itself. Yeah, fear itself happens. And it's the worst because you're literally afraid of nothing. And that's why I had to
Yeah.
quit. I had to quit the
Yeah,
weed
yeah,
completely.
yo, because you start thinking of revelation. Yeah, you can't see with us. Like I go straight to revelations. I'm like, oh my God, everything's happening. It's like revelations. Oh man, the talking cat. Yeah, I see them all. It's like I can't deal with that because it's just too much. It's just too much, man. It was like, you know, but I was smart enough to call call an ambulance on myself. I said, if anybody
Yeah.
gonna do this, I need to do this now because I need to get outside, be amongst the air, try to get back to nature where it come from.
Perfect.
If they had a forest, I would have ran up in the forest. I would have been cool if I would have laid against a tree.
Yeah.
But not knowing how I've been looking, I've been like take some rocks and put them over me and stuff.
But once you go
It's
through
wild.
that, yeah, once you go
Yeah,
through a few mind trips from weed, then you're ready for mushrooms. But you should
yeah,
do the weed first. Start having a few trip outs from weed first, so that your mind kind of gets used to like having altered states. Because once you
yeah,
go into mushrooms, the come up from mushrooms is a little uncomfortable, especially if you have
yeah,
any like stomach discomfort. But once you level out on mushrooms, you're so happy you're there, and you feel closer
yeah,
to God. Your mind's a lot more reset. You got no worries. You understand everyone and everything. You're getting a small leak of DHT in your brain. It's amazing and really well worth it. But there's levels to it, you know? I haven't been the same
yeah,
person since. Literally changed me for the good.
yeah. Well, yeah, chemicals, yeah. Sometimes some people need, a little bit of something to change the chemistry a little bit. If you got too much anxiety, if that's why people go to drinking, I think. You know what I'm saying? Too
100%.
much on it or too much pressure, too much anxiety. And
Yeah.
so I guess that kind of like brings the level down, but it's not good because if you're dependent on it, then you're not getting things done. And that's where it starts to eat up on you. You know what I'm saying? Um, so sometimes like if you do an ayahuasca ceremony and stuff, I know a person who suffered from mental issues, and they told me that they was you ever heard of a okay, you got there was a mental issue called mm, not anxiety. Let me get it. I want to be very careful with this.
Yeah.
Well, put it this way: they just told me they had like very stressed, and that they would like to try some mushrooms, and that they changed their chemicals a little bit, or kind of like fix it because they felt like there was broken up here,
Yeah.
or something was off, defused.
Yeah.
And so sometimes, and that's why I say, nature itself is going to try to help you out. You know what I mean? You can eat a fruit sometime and just feel different.
Yeah.
Your conversation changed because of the fruit you ate.
Yeah.
Try eating an apple and have a conversation. Uh, um, that's what people be knowing that the different colors of fruits and how they control your emotions and the way you talk and have conversations. But you don't really notice it because they host in your body. All of the electrons and stuff are now your host. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's why you say sometimes the conversation is more smoother with tea.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's more stronger if you condense it if you condense the tea into where it becomes a spirit, which is alcohol, because you're squeezing all of the essence of the fruit or the vegetable into this. You that's the soul of the fruit almost. The
Yeah.
soul is in the spirit. You're drinking it down like you sacrifice a vegetable and you squeezed it and condensed it and made it wait till it came into some form of how should I say this uh reposado or
Okay.
anejo. Oh, anejo reposado blanco. You
Hmm.
squeeze it into yeah, you squeeze it into crystalino. So it moves during time. And even they tell you things that are aged. So you can age something good, like tea. Tea age is more catechins.
Mm.
So it has you more thinking on a high level, right? Because you can age something good too for you, and it's all good, but it's how you use it. Don't let
Mm.
substance get in the way of what you're doing. That's when it becomes vital. Remember, you slacking up on your work. You're not thinking as clear.
Herbwise says the right foods can be medicine to the human body.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
This is where I was interested in what Dr. Sebi was saying, was because he spoke so much as a herbalist. And he did have
Yes.
dietary advice, but it was the herbs I wanted to learn more. We learned about the sea moss. I do take a vitamin drink that has sea moss in it, but I was always curious about the seasonings, the
People are
herbs.
close. Yo, we are mentally disordered. See, we are catching it back by knowing that herbs help us, right? Do you know the CVS when it was rated? It got rated this time and during COVID, and a lot of times they said, the kids just, and this is for survival. Survival. They raided all the stores. I said this too. For listen, to live and for survival. You know what the guy who owns the store owner says?
What do you say?
I can't believe it. They took all the juice, cookies, cakes, all of that. They wiped that out. No, they just know all they left.
What's that?
All they left was the vitamins. They left vitamins, veggies, and medicine.
Wow.
Think about
Vitamins,
that.
veggies, and medicine.
They wiped the store of everything else. Cakes, cookies, everything.
Oh, all the junk.
Breads. Yeah. As soon as it's a free fall, let's go get them. Nobody goes to the pharmacy side. Nobody goes to the veggie side. All they want is a sweet. It's a drug. They just go rob up the place.
No, nobody took home any L-theanine.
No, they left the place clean. That place was nothing but it was green in there,
I would have taken
like a
some vitamin
greenhouse.
E, vitamin D3, K2, some B12.
No, they don't even understand what that is. If they, if they knew, they would eat us, but
Wow.
they know not. So then they went for Lay's, um,
Lay's potato
Wise.
chips.
Yeah, Lay's was knocked out. Kettle fried the kettle hot jalapeno ones. They was done. Cheese went almost out of business the way they was robbing them.
Wow.
Yeah, but all of the fruit and them, all the fruit, uh, you know, the fruit and everything, they stayed right there, lonely. You know, so he's like, he don't know what to do. Start a fruit stand.
Man.
But this is for survival.
Yeah.
This is for survival.
Mm. Interesting. Herbwise
Yeah,
says, I heard the
it's the
nation
herb.
of Islam speaking on those topics, also the nation of gods and earths.
Yeah, when you woke, right,
Mm-hmm.
on all levels, yeah, you're gonna tap into that. You're gonna tap into the mystic realms and see the sickness that the way that we move. How do we move sick? You know, we march at the wrong times for the wrong reason, and then we march for the right. We sleep until they wake us up. Until they go boom. They be like, oh, whoa, damn, but you've been warned. There was forewarning telling us these things. If you do this, if you do that, this will be the penalty. If you do that, this will be the penalty. But we don't catch on to that. It's a
Mm.
sickness. We sleep inside. So these movies show you that we have to be awake. But don't let the government tell you woke, because they'll open you up and say, okay, now y'all, you're feeding you a false narrative
Yeah.
after they painted the whole thing
Mm-hmm.
puppets.
Yeah.
You
Like,
know,
you can get a good high if you have the right juice. Remember we had that one juice guy come through?
yeah, beats will get you right.
Yeah, beets, little mango juice, pineapple juice combinations. You take a few swigs of those, and you're feeling pretty nice.
Color of the blood. I
Hmm.
gotta give it to you, man. I started eating whole eggs. You know what I mean? You into Hootie. Remember I said,
Yeah,
yo, man, why y'all eating that's so much cholesterol.
yeah, but that's dietary cholesterol. Like that's a myth that you can eat too much of that because your body creates cholesterol too. But you do want a little
Yeah,
bit of dietary. But yeah, that's a whole other topic talking about LDL as a measure of heart disease. But um, yeah, you can't fear eggs.
60%.
But for me, I was having 3 eggs at once at breakfast, and this started to be a little too much for me. I'm down to two. I do
You
two
what?
eggs at breakfast, and then I do another egg with a beef bowl. I do like a Japanese beef bowl with an egg. For me and my size, that's perfect. But I was doing three
Yeah,
eggs at breakfast, and it's for me a little too heavy.
yeah.
But I think that's a macro situation.
Nah, that's gotta do. I mean, people will laugh at you because the way you wire it, you kind of like measure your stuff. But sometimes you have to because
Yeah,
they give you portions. Can't do too much portions. And I'm starting to learn that
yeah,
right now. Sometimes I look at the stairs and go, "Damn, I woke up though, man." You got to
yeah,
do it if you want to push yourself.
yeah,
Rocky, he ran up the stairs, man.
yeah,
He ran up the stairs. You know,
yeah. If you have the energy for it,
when you get to the top, oh man, each step it may hurt, but when you get to the top, is right.
yeah. I'm just all about optimizing energy. Make sure my energy, because there's nothing worse than eating a meal and just being unable to move, just being immobile. You're just like worthless for an hour. I hate that.
But then here comes the waiter with gravy. What you going to do?
Hey, gravy's not too bad.
No,
Kind
but I'm just saying you already done it.
of.
You already done it. All I gotta do is
Yeah.
say, yo, AG, let's go, let's go.
Here
It's
comes the
on
waiter
there.
with dessert. That's the problem.
Dessert,
The
you gonna
waiter shows up
pass.
with a big old carrot cake. I'm like, ooh.
I'll start, what I'm starting to yeah, I'm gonna start because I started saying, okay, I don't have to eat everything. You can eat a little portion here
Oh yeah.
and
Small
then save
meals.
of that one meal, yeah, and save that to eat it. Sometimes we do, but everything's balanced. This is not a law. But if you take your time and say, okay, I'll eat this right a little bit, and then I'll take a little bit of this, and it
Yeah.
goes down.
Yeah, I do
That's
four
always
meals.
good.
Yeah, I mean to each his own. Everyone's different. For me, 4 meals a day is perfect.
That you had on the C1 video. Which video? What was the name of the hoodie?
Oh,
I don't know. I gotta look at that again.
he's probably talking about that one video you did with C1 where you're by a car and you're in a
Yeah,
vehicle.
yeah. I'm gonna show y'all something. Hold up. See if I switch up on the exercise. All right, hold up. Yeah, you still hear me though?
Yep.
Didn't even wear this yet. Oh,
What
this
you,
Father's Day.
what you got, the sweatshirt?
Huh?
You showing a sweatshirt?
Yeah. So they got my camera on.
There you go. Is that tan or is that white?
This is white.
Okay.
You see the cover? So practice too.
Yeah. Oh man, that looks cool.
Yeah, this is a special one. We see on a hoodie.
Let me know
Oh,
if you need a model
you
to
see the
model
birds?
to model some clothes. Remember, I got
Okay.
that Wu Tang model.
No.
She can model clothes if you want to.
You see the birds? The red
Yo,
birds?
that's crazy. Yeah, man, two tone.
Yeah. I don't want to show you the back yet, but
Okay.
Yeah.
Chosen Lore says it looks fresh.
Yeah. Album more.
That's what's up, man.
One day, you know what? I'll break down Brax's cover. I
Yeah.
don't like breaking down stuff. I like people to get it. But this is a Braxis too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Got a lot of hidden meanings in your artwork. Is that a crow in the middle?
indeed.
Hmm. Got the sun and moon. Got the stars.
Or is that me?
Oh, damn. There you are. Ooh. Already dropping the jewels. That's crazy. Yeah, you're going to have to break that down. I never saw that.
Yeah.
You got a lot of Easter eggs.
Yeah. You hear him?
No, what's that? Snoring?
You hear the sirens?
Oh, the sirens?
Yeah, it's on.
Uh, is it riot time right now? It's 7:17.
Oh wow, 717. That's a ill number right there. 717.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder why.
717.
Who birthday is 717? No.
July 17th.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about 15 days away until no, not 15. We're less than 6 days away until summer. Summer starts in 6 days, yo.
It is. Pardon me. It didn't start yet.
About to start summer season.
Summer, wind falls. Good looking solo facts. I got y'all, man. I got y'all with the exclusive thing. The next video when we drop, yeah. I was born June 25th, 7:17 p.m. Wow.
Wow. There's some synchronicity right there. Shout out to Jody.
5 to 7.
I mean, her birthday's coming up then.
She was 67717. So 2 and 5 is 7 and 6.
Yo, you're right.
Yeah, June is the 6th month. That makes her what are you, a Cancer?
The Cancer.
Hmm.
Just like Julius Caesar. And
Yeah.
and Elon Musk.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good. Cancers are good mothers.
Yo,
She probably has pets.
Big. I want to be big. So if I want to be big, I'll move to New York. But I'll stay in the Bay Area because life is too short. Bars. Think about that.
I'm not familiar with New York enough to know the Bay Area.
The Bay Area. You didn't catch that, did you? I can't explain it. Life is too short. All right. You want to be big, you go to New York.
Yep, the Big Apple.
Biggie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all explain it to him.
Underland Fortress in the Temple.
Huh?
By the way.
Yeah, I can break that down, right?
Yeah.
Break it down. Let me hear it.
I can't break it down. They can't break it down.
Jody said Bay Area. I said, I want to be big. If you want to be big, if I want to be big, and this is off the top, right? This is a little move to New York.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd rather stay in the Bay Area because life is too short. That's a riddle there. There you go. Solar Facts got it. I missed that.
Torian Howard said too short is from the Bay Life.
Yeah,
okay.
Life
is too short. Okay.
That's what his life is. It's the life of Too Short.
I see.
Yeah, Jay Blair said I got it. Yeah. You could do E40,
Yeah. Bay Area.
C Nori.
Ooh.
Yeah, E40's lyrical, man.
I like that song he's got. We out here trying to function.
Yeah, he dope. He's dope, man. He's one of my favorites. I love E40.
Yeah, E40's cool. Didn't you collab with him or something?
Nah, but he always be spitting. But I listen when he rhyme. He be always saying something. He'll say something to catch your ear, like, oh,
Jesus Christ had dreads, so shake him.
yeah, yeah. See the jewel in that though.
I was like, ooh.
And he conscious.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ had dreads, so shake. Yo, come on, yo. Yeah, man. Word. That's 2 shows. Okay, life is. Yeah. Yeah, 2 show is from the base. That's why I said, bro said, yeah, that's another way you can freak it. I mean, when you sit down and have time with it and then play around with the pen, you know, pen, you get the pen, the cures, the pen is sealing.
The pen is mightier than the sword.
The pen is sealing.
Mm.
The penicillin. It'll seal when you put the seal, when you write down your signature is the sign over your nature, right? That's what it was.
Yep.
It said, give me your nature, all your nectar. It's like never could give the nectar. We got it all together while we in the nebula. That's for forever. Thank you, man. Aurora Borealis. Time to steal a show. You know.
He knows. Say what's up to Priest.
Yo, cats are so ill, man. I've been watching. Cats be beating the hell out of dogs nowadays.
Yeah, certain ones. These orange cats are like gangsters.
Yeah.
Alley cat styles.
Yeah. Yeah, man, bring back the old school real guard dog. Where he at?
Dobermans?
You know, who?
Doberman pinchers?
Talk to me. The real protectors. You got these Vietnam, these Navy SEAL pits, these expertise.
Bulldogs.
Pitts came in the game like Navy SEAL, like Marines. Like, hold on. You know, Dobermans were the real, like, you know, they affiliate them with the devil because they just shoot you down. Like, I got your back, don't worry. And then here come the pits, the Marines. Be all you can be. They climb fence, crawl up trees, grab on the tires. You know what I mean?
Yo, that sounds like the script for an AI video.
Could be. Nah, I'm saying everybody know pits do everything, run up walls, jump behind themselves, grab on the tires. You can throw the tire around it. They just wear you out. Dobermans didn't do all of that. They just show their teeth. And they run like, because they was built like Dobermans are built like what's those little greyhounds? See? Look at them. That's you got a problem. He been in the gym.
Dude, they do have muscle tone, huh?
They got muscles, man. You want that? But you know one thing about pits? They're very loyal though. They love their owner.
Yeah.
They love their owner as they love themselves. You know, you'll fall in love because they have your back. I don't know too many people who got a Doberman. Maybe when I was younger down south.
Yeah.
I think they had a damn. You ever seen what's the biggest dog in the world? Like a horse.
Great Danes are pretty big, but I don't know. I don't know if they're the biggest, but I know what
They had a Great Dane, yo.
There's the Dobermans.
I wish I could show you a picture of the moose we saw.
They got a lot of these dogs in the hood.
That Doberman mixed.
Oh yeah.
That's the original Doberman. I thought they were skinnier than that. He got muscles now because they got to keep up with the pit.
Mm.
Yeah, they the first one with them ears like that. Then you got the where the X is silent. You got the
Oh,
remember the
so
Chicano
someone said mastiff.
Bull Massive. Oh yeah. They put the Bull Massive is coming in like, yeah, that's you might as well have a yeah, that's a Bull Massive. That's pretty though.
I don't know if it's a bull mastiff, but it's a
Put
mastiff.
in the Chicano dog.
There's 11 mastiff breeds.
Yeah,
There's
massive. Yeah,
breeds within
they said they'll give
breeds.
it to the pit. They almost like enforcers. Like you're told the pits to go out there and do a job. They didn't do the job right. And we
Yeah.
came in at Bull Massive. Hey, listen, Pit, report back to me at 0907. That's not, nah, man, that's Harry. That's a Bull Massive?
There's a Great Dane.
Yeah, they big, yo. What's the Chicano? The Cholo, the
Cholo.
Cholo dog, the one that looks like Anubis.
Look at this Great Dane next to a mojito. Or is that a Chihuahua? That could be a Chihuahua. That's probably not even a cat.
Yeah,
Look at the size of this dog. That's a
uh,
that's a whole other person right there.
yeah.
Crazy. I remember when I was a kid, I wanted a Dalmatian because of the movie.
Oh, yeah. The fireman.
Yeah,
I
the
used to call that,
fireman's dog,
I used to
right?
call that, yeah, fireman dogs. I'm just reading some of the, yeah. Bring up my favorite cat, the ocelot cat.
Are we going into cats?
Yeah, ocelot. Ocelot. If you can give me an ocelot, anybody for the craft, if y'all give me an ocelot, be like this. I got a whole album just for you.
Is that legal in California to have? Aren't these more wild?
Yo, that's the illest cat. Ocelot. No, you can get them. That's it. You probably have a little problem when you get older. You probably have to get two. You got to give them a girl. Uh-oh. That's fire, right?
Ocelot cat. Let's see. Yeah, that's a crazy looking cat.
Yeah, imagine that walking around your house. I go out there and take care of your rabbit problem. If you got rabbits,
So having one of these cats in California is not legal.
I told you.
California Fish and Game Code bans the importation, transportation, possession of wild animals, including ocelots, without a special revocable permit. And
We gotta have a
California
permit.
does not issue such permits for private pet ownership. Wow.
Yeah, shout out to Big Boy. You know he does that. Big Boy Visuals.
It goes against 3 codes. California Code of Regulations. It considered it an enumerated species. You need a permit for that. And
Yeah.
then there's also a big cat law. They're
Yeah.
classified as
Let me
big
take
cats.
that back, y'all. I mean, I don't
Oh
want y'all to
my
go out
God.
there.
I mean, not everyone's in California though. So if you're in another part of
No, I don't.
United
Yeah.
States, you could
Let's make
probably have
this
one.
clear. Let me say this. I don't need the ocelot cat. I said that, though, it's all right, y'all. Don't give me the ocelot cat. You know what I'm saying? I still got an album coming for y'all anyway. I don't want y'all to get in trouble with dealing with a cat like that.
That's crazy. Hold on, let me see. What state can you have an ocelot? Because then you can just have
Africa,
have one at another state.
you know, Brazil.
Yeah, you just have to own a home there.
Yeah.
Okay, so some states neither ban or regulate on ocelot cats. They treat them as small, exotic felines. So Alabama, Nevada, North Carolina, Wisconsin, Delaware, and Oklahoma.
Mm,
That's not too far from North Carolina.
Oklahoma, yeah. Oh, and Wyoming?
Or Wisconsin. Or Nevada. Damn, you could just have a home in Vegas and then have an ocelot cat. You just can't
Yeah,
you
it's
just can't
probably
bring
right up
you just
there.
can't bring it to California.
Mojito is done. Now, that's mojito. I would never put mojitos is live. They probably mojito might be the alpha.
If
And they'll probably look at mojito because cats are intelligent. They'll be like,
yeah.
you know, yeah.
You can get a permit if you're in Texas or Missouri. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Mojito is enough of a wild animal for me.
Yeah, you don't want no part of that exotic. That exotic, man.
Yeah,
Go straight for the
he straight acts like a wild animal sometimes too.
Yeah, he does. I mean, you feed them. I know. So about the intake, bro. I told you. You give him a fish here and there, and give him a wild fish.
Yeah,
Then I'm saying this. You gotta say this. You gotta make sure the audience hear you. You can give a cat wild fish. You won't see me next time. Excuse me, I'm sorry I said that. No, that's what cats do, man. They hunt everything. Matter of
yeah.
fact, I think I sent you something with them catching the fish right out the water, ocean.
Oh, let me check. No, I give him like unseasoned chicken every now and then, cooked.
Mm. Shout out to Waggy.
Mm, you sent me a lot of
Oh man,
stuff.
thank you, Rashid. I respect for you in Inglewood. Shout out to Inglewood, California. Inglewood. Shout out to Inglewood, man. Um, yeah, cats are the ultimate predators, man. That's why there was a darn in Kemet. There was a dawn. Yo, they handle a snake like it's nothing. AD cobras, no problem for the cat.
Mm.
The cat just simply fast.
Yeah, they're pretty quick.
It's just simply faster. Yo, I think I sent you this one. This cat was like damn near asleep.
You talking about the wolf and bear spotted?
Nah, that was dope. One day we'll see the lion and the lamb lay down together. Yeah, the wolf and the bear, they were spotted roaming, hunting together for 10 days. If they could, wow, that's crazy. They are arch enemies. Yeah, I sent you that to show you the beauty of nature. I think a coyote had a friend with a rat. That's funny as hell. The wolf and the bear.
This sounds like a Disney movie in the making,
Yeah.
right?
I know, right? And the bear, I know who caught these pictures. Yeah, beautiful moment. Because wolves usually roll in packs. He's like, yo, I got me. Now to tell me about my best friend. Yo, that's his bed. Yeah. Yo, they barely, yeah, look, they barely know each other. Yeah, that's beautiful though, man.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It
That's
did,
like Russia versus the natives. I guess they don't have no football team named after wolves, right? They have the Timberwolves,
I have
but
no
that's a
idea.
basketball.
You have to ask Solo Gem that one.
I know. But as time goes, the mind goes. Word.
Jaguar trips on ayahuasca in the rainforest.
Yeah, I sent you that. Yo, so let's check this out.
Uh,
Everybody, listen, everybody does a little something because nature provides a little something so you can survive. Maybe just a little bit of, you know what
but
I mean? We are far out. So
but
sometimes, huh?
their brains are
Cats,
wired differently though. There's
cats
no
be on that nip, yo.
Yes,
You
but
give cats.
see, but cats can react to catnip. Other species can't. If I eat catnip and you eat catnip, it has no reaction at all. But if
Look at
they
that
eat
man.
catnip, it's like acid.
Yeah,
No,
but
he's definitely
look at him. Look
reacting.
at yo,
Yeah,
he good with it.
we have no
He's like,
idea
yo,
how it feels
he's
though.
not hunting nobody,
Yeah.
and he's still a jaguar. But sometimes he need his little getaway. Now he's on doubt.
Yeah.
He take that plant, start licking it. Look at him. He up there with the great jaguars now. He's seeing the world of spots
Yeah.
in himself.
We don't know if it affects them more or less than it does
Yo,
us because they have a different brain chemistry. There's berries that they can eat that they'll trip out
but
on
you
that
can
we
look at his
won't.
actions.
Oh yeah,
You
no,
can
he's
look at
definitely
his.
feeling something.
Let's do the eye test. What do you see when you look at the jaguar? Lick that or eat that plant. What do you see? Eye test.
I mean,
He's rolling on the ground like he's just a regular cat. Hold on, let me make sure my phone about to die, man. I gotta damn it.
that's good. Jaguar.
Oh boy. Not Jaguar right. Hold on. You still hear me?
Yep.
Not Jaguar right.
Hmm.
Peace.
That's crazy. He just sits up here like he knows that the camera's there.
Say it to you. I know. Because you're on another plane right now.
He's 15 years old, or yeah, he's gonna be 16 soon.
Yo, let me try to get, because my phone's going to die and I'm going to need to charge. I'm trying to get on this, but,
Yeah, if your webcam is hooked up, all you got to do is click on the Zoom
it's
link.
it's saying Zoom. It's weird. It's saying Zoom. It says Zoom, join our cloud HD video meeting. Is
If you
that what I
if
tap?
you click on the link, it should take you right in. It should start your webcam.
Launch, launch meeting. When I go in there, it's launch meeting.
Hit launch meeting. Then we should see a duplicate of you. Yeah, you're clear.
You see me?
Not yet. You clicked on the link I sent.
Yeah. Failed to start camera. Oh, because my battery, I'm on 4%. My charger downstairs.
Oh yeah, that's on your phone though. But the link I sent you for the Zoom, you should just be able to click on it, and it should take you right in. Know what I'm saying? Waggy says, but they still have got that predator in them. Yeah, that's why I feel bad that they're domesticated in a way, because I know this cat wants to like hunt birds, like it's in his nature. He wants to attack birds and hunt, and he's stuck in this house. He's got his toys and everything, but it's not the same. He's not even like he's over the laser. You know how cats like lasers? If I shine a laser on the floor, like he'll attack it for a little bit, and then seconds later he's like, "Nah, I'm good. It's just a laser." So, all right. So we're gonna see if Priest can get into the webcam that I sent him, which he should have no problem. Let me just double check that I sent him the right thing. I know I did. Damn, we were talking cats and dogs. Okay, 1 second, y'all. Okay, sent. Yep. Yep, no, he's good. He should be joining. Okay, where we at? Rap Yard. What's up? $5. Shout out to you. He says, what up, peace. What's good, man? Rap Yard. I assume you're a rapper. Be cool to hear your stuff. Solar Fact says, my cat won't go outside, eat and sleep all day like Garfield. Yeah, we've got a segment called Song Promotions that we do towards the end of the show where we play tracks that were submitted. And then once we play them, we give our opinion about it. And it acts as a little clip for song promotions. What a lot of people do is that they'll take the clip of us playing it and they'll put it on Instagram and social media to show that they promoted it and everything, and it gets exposure. We get good reviews because people will say they'll get follows after they do the promotions because we put the links to your social media and your accounts in our description box. So that's kind of where most of the song promotion goes, and it works out pretty well, especially if you're promoting a track that's already out. So you said you're a podcast. I'm a podcast. Cool. Rap Yard Podcast. Gotta check it out, man. If you want to get Priest to be a guest on your show, email him directly at info@killahpriest.tv. Don't hit me up. I am not his manager in any way. I just assist him in engineering this particular podcast. But you can contact Priest directly about that. Also about any kind of collaborations you want to do. Or if you want to pitch him a beat, do not send me the beat. Send Priest the beat. info@killahpriest.tv. But if you guys want to mix and master music, if you got a track that you recorded and you want it mixed, or let's say you mixed it already, you just want it mastered, you can hit me up about that at Studio AD, Mixing and Mastering. The first one is free. So if you want to check it out, see how well I do, see how good I mix and master, just go to that website, fill out the online form, and send me your stem files if you want me to do a mix. If you want me just to master the track, send me your mixed wave, and then I'll master it and send it back to you as soon as I can. And it's free. If you like the first one, cool, it's all yours. If you don't like it, then we're cool. It didn't cost you anything. Most people like it though. So then after that, you can just reorder on the form, and we can do a mix and master, no problem. I already have about 3 clients that I'm working with continuously right now, which is working out pretty good. I'm actually doing a mix and master project after this Podcraft today. And I sent it back, and I just finished doing 7 tracks for one artist right now. He's putting a whole album out. But that way you have it mastered, ready for publishing into Spotify and all that, and Apple Music. And I basically expand it, and I follow all the LUFS rules as far as volume to make sure it's the loudest possible without distortion, of course. He's welcome back on anytime. Oh, cool. So he's already been on, so that's cool. Nice. Quaja says, "Yo, I might tell homeboy, send it to you." Cool, yeah. The first track free always helps the most because people are not sure how it works. People want to hear the difference. Like, hey, I already got this track mastered, but let me send you my old mix to see what you can do to it. And then that way you can just compare it. What a lot of bands and rappers will do, if they can afford it, is they'll have several different producers mix and master their track, and then they'll just choose the one they like. Blink-182 is an example. They do that. They have like 4 different engineers, and then they'll have all 4 of them do their own version of the mix and master it, and then they'll just choose whichever one they like the most and put that out as the final. So But yeah, I've mixed and mastered a lot of Priest music, especially the Lord Sun album, and I did a lot on the a lot of his music. Go back here. Vedic Vape Room, Force of the Happy Ever After, Horoscope, Fantastic Superman, all those albums I mixed and mastered. Summer End Cafe, for the majority of them. There's a couple tracks in those that are not me. The Abraxas album was mixed and mastered by the producer. Purpose. Purpose did that one, so I always give credit where credit is due. But anyway, that way you can hear an example of how it sounds, you know? I always make sure the mix is dope and big. Thank you, Ceaseless. He put the link there. I'm very proud of Lord Sun album though, because you have to hear. There's no way you can hear it, but there's a before and after, and the way the beat sounded before compared to the way I made it sound big, and then Priest's voice, I made him sound godlike, man. So listen to the Lord Sun album and how big I made Priest's voice sound like just godlike, like epic. I love the big sound and everything. So I did a lot of expansion, not too much reverb, but made him sound just very large. And we compared it on different sound systems, like the car, obviously, and small sound systems, big ones, and everything. So that was a very big experience to work on that. We actually have a plaque that we're ordering soon for that. Okay. But yeah, this next album that he has coming out will probably be mixed and mastered by Purpose. I'm planning on doing some Rastafarian music. Okay, cool. Yeah, so you can submit that into the song promotion segment if you want, and then we'll play it. It also helps if you have a video. If you do any videos, then we just play the whole video on here. You know what I'm saying? And then if you repost it, just make sure you do hashtag Killah Priest podcast or Killah Priest Podcraft or both. Oh, cool. That's what's up. See, it's interesting because Priest is a rapper's rapper. So it's amazing to see how many other artists are out there. And on this podcast, there's a lot of you guys are artists. That's why I speak about this stuff. That's why I talk about mixing and mastering and stuff like that. You know? But yeah, check that out. And then I can add effects. We can do delay effects. I have one artist. He has me doing auto tune, because he's singing on the hook. So we could do all of that. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so where were we? We're waiting for Priest to come back. If Priest doesn't come back in the next 5 minutes, we're gonna go right to the song promotion segment. Until then, we're just freestyling topics. So we talked about that. Talked about the studio stuff. We talked about food already. I don't want to talk anymore about food because it's almost time for meal 2. Solar Fact says, I rap, bust caps, teach kids, crack wigs, burn grass, hit stash, buddy crabs, womb stab, 40 dash, no math, split the math. Break out like a rash, metalhead son got thrashed, biblical like Moab. Okay. I gotta hear the type of beat you're spitting that on, but I could hear how that would work. Would Priest like it? Should be in every rapper fan of Priest, right? Well, that's the whole point of the song promotion segment, is that we play it back specifically for Priest. And then after the song's done, we go right to Priest and say, Priest, what do you think? You know what I mean? If we do the segment and he's not here, I'll just give my input. But my input is just mostly on the mix. I mostly just comment on the mix and the master and the audio quality and everything else. Do you know what I mean? and then whatever other opinion I have about it. But yeah, Priest is gonna be in studio on Thursday, so those are good for videos. That way you can see him watching your video live. You know. Okay, Jay Blanche, do some engineering work when I get back in the musical aspects. Nice, that's cool. Yeah, and then you could just send stems. The less stems you have, the less expensive it is. It just goes up when it's like more than 16 stems. If you already have the beat mix and it's just your stems of the vocals, that's easier. If you want me to mix the beat and mix your vocals, that'll probably be more stems, obviously. But I'm able to do both, so that's no problem. Yeah, and then that's it. And then you're also able, if I submit it back to you and you're like, it sounds cool, AD, but can you bring up my vocals a little bit on the chorus? I can make all those adjustments, and that doesn't cost anything extra. So you get redos and stuff like that. Like, that's cool, but can you make it fade out at the end? No problem. The only thing I don't do is rearrangements. So if you want me to like duplicate your chorus, I don't do that. You got to do that yourself. You know what I mean? If you want me to move your first verse into your third verse and your third, you know what I mean? I don't move anything. No arrangements. All I strictly do is the mixing, the mastering, and I go through every single stem and adjust that one accordingly. So every stem will have its own compression if needed, have its own EQ if needed. You know what I mean? So I'll go through every single stem and make it sound as dope as possible and clean as possible. And then I go through the whole thing, mix it all individually. And then there's a master EQ and there's a master compression. I also have an exciter that goes along with it. And I just make it sonically amazing. And then I go to the LUFS meters, make sure it's as loud as possible without peaking. And then it's it. And of course, any effects that you want to have. Okay. Zaya Bonanza says, Happy Father's Day, y'all. Whom keep a candle on the mantle or carry the weight of the world. Yeah, man. Shout out to all the fathers out there. I can't imagine having kids, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's gotta be that's a big role, you know. But yeah, that's what's up with that. Okay, we're gonna give it another couple minutes to see if Priest is gonna join us before we go into the song promotion segment. You know what I'm saying? Hey, any questions? Hit it up in the chat now. It doesn't have to be a super chat unless you want it to be. But yeah. So Sundays and Thursdays are when we're doing the shows. We do not have a show next Sunday. I'm gonna be doing I'm celebrating Father's Day with my folks next Sunday. That's why I'm here now. So next Sunday there's no show, but there is a show on Thursday. You're gonna see the new camera angle I set up for Priest. Looks a little different, and the lighting is a lot better. Because I have not been happy with the way with the new setup the lighting has been looking. So I fixed it. It's a lot brighter and cleaner. Color pops more. Also, I got to remember to keep this window closed because when the sun interferes with the lighting in the studio, it's not good. Fella B says, respect to all beat makers and MCs, DJs. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get the song promotion segment ready. So stand by. All right, cool. Looks like we got one for sure. We got two for sure. Okay, we got two lined up. All right, are y'all ready? How many we got in the building? Let's see. 85. That's what's up. Oh, Chosen Lore. I don't know when KP's dropping that album yet. Great question though. But as soon as he knows, then we make an ad about it, and then we'll launch the ad out. Because he does so many things at once. and I just found out there's a music video. So I'm gonna look at that because he just got back from Egypt. So as I get this stuff, I'll put all that out. There might be some announcements on Thursday. So tune into Thursday's show because then he'll be right here in the studio. Yeah. Unsubscribe says, Happy Father's Day to the Jay Blazer wherever he is. Yeah, so I don't know when the album's dropping yet because it's not being mixed and mastered by me. Not this one. Not the Abraxas ones. Know what I'm saying? All right. But you will see some video content of coming out soon. All right, let's go. Let's get into this. Here we go.
Thorn Promotions. You send in your music, we play it live on the show for Killah Priest and the world to hear.
All right, let's go. We got 2 submissions so far. First one is by an artist named Raja Keris from the Netherlands, Bensko 21. Song is called Training Days in the Chamber of Gratitude. Produced by Brown Baron. It's an MP3. Here we go.
Hey yo, from the Brown Baron, the transmitter.
Diabolically simple.
To Raja, the spitter. Yo, once again, it's the veteran from the Sunset Dragon, rapping as a lyrical assassin without sweating. Swinging my swords on the drums from one of the henchmen. Yeah, hey, he's our brethren. Every mic session with the Brown Baron. Our power, strength, and magnitude. Training days in the chamber of gratitude. We sow the seeds, put in work in the boots, so the root growing as it should. Now we're thirsty, so we're reaping the fruits, quenching the thirst with the juice. Healthy brain food is consumed. Dr. Anki's recipes, it's all good. From the haze train being smoked like Snoop wood. I'm never high, I'm just floating on high altitude in my spacesuit, gaining mental fortitude. It's like a circus out of here, time to bounce out of town. With too many rappers acting as fucking clowns. Rapping about bounds, shooting rounds, negative sound. With a positive charge, striking with acrobatic lyrics from the crowd. Lyrics being spewed as a fire-breathing dragon. I unleash so much heat, rappers gonna get barbecued. It will be rude not to serve them well done. I do it with pleasure. You're not hungry? No worries, son. I put him in a doggy bag for you so you can roll home flat on a stretcher. Look, I'm not here to measure myself against those feeling the pressure. Cause when I apply the pressure, I will create a diamond treasure. Cutting the stones back at the lab like a professor. Clean cut you cannot measure. Like megalithic structures built by my ancestors. I walk old school, I tie a noose and hide it under my sweater. Still tie my leather MX, not once tied in bad weather. Still on the streets but not as an aggressor. It's like a circus out of here, time to bounce out of town. With too many rappers acting as fucking clowns. Rapping about bounds, shooting rounds, negative sound. With a positive charge, striking with acrobatic lyrics from the crowd. I walk light, tight, G like a feather. With the fire like the phoenix. Bless her, I balance yin yang like the crescent. I shine like the sun from the east and I release a firestorm like a classic western. Classic 6 shooters, we fall from the shootouts with silly gestures. I turn into Smith and Wesson mode, what heads explode from demon bastards. Visualize me, swarming like the Killah Priest from the hive like the 9 Wu-Tang masters. Weapons wanna bite, but I keep it slang. I don't stop at any red light, I fuck with blue tank. Still got the news, now watch me tighten up and rappers gonna get hanged. Only the real I admire, doing the thing like the blue messiah. Shout out Crip Jesus. Yeah, hey.
Diabolically simple.
Brown Baron. Raja Keris. Sons of the Dragon.
All right. All right. What'd y'all think about that? Put that in the chat. What y'all think? So I like the sound. I think it sounds cool. I like the attitude you putting in it. I like the it's rugged. You know what I'm saying? I like the attitude. It's got a good feel to it. I like that snare. That snare's cracking. That sample is nice. Kind of has a Wu-Tang vibe with that sample. I felt the bass was a little bit low. It could have had more thump in the bass, and that could be fixed in the mastering of the beat. So I would have brought the bass up in the beat just so it's like boom, 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 just to compare with the snare, because that snare was cracking, but that bass drum was down here a little bit, not thumping as fully. That's where mastering comes in, because in mastering I could just do an overall bass bump. I could just raise the low end on the EQ. You know what I mean? On mastering. Your vocals were mixed good. I thought the vocals fit in there nicely. The vocals probably could be a little compressed more because there were some words I couldn't hear as much. And then some of your words were loud, and then some of your words were like softer. So because there was so much range there, the compression will bring them closer together to where your low lows are higher and you're not too high up. So you want to be compressed a little more. So I would compress the vocals more personally. It's not necessary 100%. You know what I mean? Because especially in hip hop, it's okay to be a little bit grimy and not perfect. You know what I mean? That's just what I would have applied, is more compression to the vocals and raise the bass of the beat. Other than that, I think it sounds great. It's a cool track. But that's as critical of feedback as I can give you there. But really cool track, and I'm sure Priest would have liked it too. Well, he hears it right now. It's just he's not online with us here. Okay, let's keep going. Next up, we've got a track from an artist named Ceaseless One from Long Beach. It says, "I'm nothing to play with." Okay, there's no link though, and there's nothing here. It says just a beat. So it doesn't show an MP3 or a link. Let me check to see if you emailed me. Just in case you had problems with the form. Some people have problems with the form, especially if you're using your phone. So let me check. And for those who don't know, my email directly is ad@killahpriest.tv. So if you have any problems with anything or have questions, you can email me there. Let's see. Oh, we've got a feature presentation tonight. Oh, Raja Keris, I just got your email, brother. Okay, so this was going to be... Let me show it online. Sorry I didn't get this email before I played your song. But he did send a photo to show. So that photo was what I was supposed to show next to the music that was just playing. So shout out to Raja Keris out there. But yeah, if there's ever a photo, you can always send a link in the form itself or put in the form that you're going to email me. So sorry I missed that. Okay. Okay, so I have no email from Ceaseless One from Long Beach. I'm going to hit refresh here. 803. Oh, that's right now. All right, hold on. Priest is emailing me. Okay. 1 second, y'all. Bear with me. We don't have assistants yet. It's all us. So you guys are seeing everything done live. Okay, so there's no meeting ID, but there might be here. Hold on, let me check. I'm talking to Priest right now. Okay. 1 second. Here's the link. And meeting ID. All right. Sent. We still may get Priest on the show, y'all. All right. Blazer, I see you. And no submission yet. Okay. Hitting refresh on the form. Nothing new. All right. So what we're gonna do is move on to our feature presentation, unless we get any more submissions for the song promotion. Okay, and then we'll see if Priest pops in. Okay, and looks like we got 2 subs coming in later. All right. Thanks for bearing with us, y'all. All right. Going back to my Killah Priest email. All right, feature presentation. This is Crypt Jesus, produced by Underland Fortress. Video. Downloading.
We've got soft in hip hop, let's be real. When I was growing up, niggas battle. Niggas fight and all.
Okay, hold up. What the hell? All right, let's do it like this. I'm gonna put it right here. I'm gonna set it up like it's the intro. It's the best way to show it. Gonna go full screen. All right, here we go, y'all. Crypt Jesus, produced by Underland Fortress.
We've got soft in hip hop, let's be real. When I was growing up, niggas battle. Niggas fight and all that over rap. And I'm still
I hear they speak low of the Most High. You already know what it is. Let's go. Yeah. It's the God body, the original. This is metaphysical, not lyrical. It's 100 shots to your dome, leave your head looking like a bowl of Cheerios. It's that Wu-Tang Bobby Digital. In the projects, in the living room, bagging up dope scale digital. With the trap guys and the generals. It's that Black John Gotti, Black Illuminati. You ain't with it, we ain't hearing you. Who these weenie niggas they compare me to? I'm a trap guy, not a rap guy, bro. Don't get confused by the stereo. I really come and air it out. I'll burn a pussy like venereal. Hard time up like a tennis shoe. It's that early 2000s in the trap wildin', whipping, cooking up the chemicals. It's that late night downtown Alameda. I was slinging with the criminals. Homie, you don't know nothing about me or my family tree. You just hate cause you miserable. Keep it real, you just want me to mention you. Go to sleep after that, I'm forgetting you. Can't compete with the guys, we original. I'm a Gullah Geechee Black Seminole. Just in case you ain't hear me the first time, I'm a Gullah Geechee Black Seminole. Life gave me limits, nigga, what I do? I squeeze some bitches, make lemon juice. Photosynthesize right before your eyes. I'm really God in the physical. Yes. I break it down to the smallest compound, little molecule or mineral. Niggas rapping metaphors, mystical, pitiful. Everything I spit is literal. Whole court in the streets and I sentence you. Let it end with a period. We at the top of the pyramid, yeah. I'm in the stars like Sirius, and I'm a dog like Sirius. I'm the same bloodline as Benjamin Banneker. You can't keep up with the stamina. Got flows like Jeru the Damager, but I'm more like Heru in Africa. See you pointing and staring and playing and hating and gossiping comments. You patiently waiting and really you got so much dick in your mouth. It's hard for us to hear what you be saying, huh? Slow.
Of a Muslim God body. And, you know, for the most part, a lot of the comments were peace and they understood what I was saying, but then there was a lot of negative build from a part of the nation which is called NGE, the Nation of Gods and Earths.
Yo. That was Crypt Jesus, produced by Underland Fortress. It doesn't have the name of the song here. Crypt, you gotta tell me the name of the song, brother. But, damn. How'd you like that? Jody says this is fire, CJ. Ben Frank says peace, CJ. That was really good. I like that. He says, I'm in the stars like Sirius. I'm a dog like Sirius. Like, I see what you did there. It's the same rhyme, same word, but different meanings. Yet they're the same thing. It was dope. I like that. That was cool. And the rawness of the video is it's necessary. I like all of the effects, the griminess of it all. It's authentic. It's cool. Crip Jesus says, "See King Sun at the end of the video. Blue Tang." That's what's up. Shout out to CJ, you killed it. That's why that's a feature presentation right there. We have song promotions and then we have feature presentations. Think of it like what is it, Carson Daly on MTV? Remember back in the day? Y'all remember that? When they actually used to show music videos on MTV? That's just my Carson Daly moment right there. We need to get an audience. I need to get a wireless mic. I could change the green screen into a view of the city. Not the city right now, that's for sure. But yeah. What was that? Total Request Live. Remember that? That's what's up. It's called Al Bara Malik. Al Bara Malik. So yeah, CJ, what's up with that? Is that one coming out on you're launching that on YouTube soon? When was that the premiere we just did? What's the status on that? What up, 99 Cam? That was fire. Jay Bland says, "Oh, see, Jay Bland, you've seen that. You remember when MTV was something. I'm Kurt Loder, and this is MTV News. I'm Kurt Loder. MTV News. Thank you, 99 Cam. I just remember that moment when Kanye West was on MTV. He was talking about George Bush. That's when he knew. That's when he really started to say controversial things and knew he would get away with it. Thank you, 99 Cam. Okay, it's already out, but the video drops 21st on Solstice E. Solstice E? Oh, on the solstice. My bad. That's what's up. Perfect. Right when the sun is the most high. Right there. That is what's up. That's when the sun becomes Ra. 'Cause in the springtime, the sun is Horus. In the summertime, the sun is Ra as it projects its Ra's, its rays. Then in the fall, it becomes Set. And then it dies on the cross of the tomb of Osiris. But y'all already knew that. MTV got canceled because of YouTube. Well, MTV got canceled once The Real World came out, and they came out with the Jersey Shore type of reality TV shows, and they started making a lot more money off of the advertisers from doing all of that, type of content. And then all we had was MTV2 and VH1 for a while. Remember? So we were actually just watching more MTV2. And then MTV2 disappeared, VH1 disappeared, and then we were barely seeing music videos on MTV. Does MTV still exist? I don't have cable. I have not had cable since... Wow. Yeah. Even when I lived with my ex, I didn't have cable. So 2013. I haven't had cable since 2013, yo. That's how we knew what was happening in music. Yeah. It was all about that. We need to bring it back. Crip Jesus says, video drops 21st, Solstice, song already out. Alright, that's what's up. So y'all check your platforms and look for that. It sounded good. Sounded good. But yo, eventually, I mean, we gotta bring the MTV style back where we just show music videos. Sometimes, or all the time actually, on Wednesday's Wind Down, Knowledge Born plays a lot of videos. So that's like Killah Priest TV. That's KPTV right there. And then you'll see a lot of videos pop up on that. So that's cool. I just want to bring back the format. I'll get the wireless mic. I'll stand up straight. Kind of like, well, definitely not here. I'm in sit down mode. But we'll set it up where I'm like standing up. In fact, it won't even be me. We got to get a hot female hostess. And I'll give her a script. And she'll just announce the next video. That's it. That'd be cool. More and more as we progress, you're going to see me more in the background, yo. Like, this is cool. You're seeing it like this now. But I'm trying to set it up so it's just a little more automated. And I'll still be involved. I'll pop in. But I'm trying to be more of the man behind the curtain. And create some real cool looking content. This is very raw, technically. But yeah, we'll set it up. That'll be cool. The whole thing about Total Request Live was that it was like a series of different artists. With this channel, it's basically all priests and associates and Royal Priesthood, Ka Zodiac, Ty Phoenix, all that. So there is a network being built, obviously. Jay Bland was like, one channel was for Road Rules and MTV2 for Real World. Yeah. Y'all kings are moving things upon the earth, even though it's sometimes very subtle. Yeah. It's like a small little network. It's like a small little community, basically. Okay, we got a couple more submissions. We'll see if Priest joins here. He's got the email. Then we'll wrap it up, because I don't want to take too much of y'all day. We all got things to do, you know what I'm saying? It's got to keep moving. All right, let's go. I'm going to hit refresh. And then we got these two submissions here. All right, let's go. All right. All right, so we've got a submission here from Mr. Jay Blazer. And let me set it up on screen. He was unable to fill the form out in time. So I'm just going to hit play and we'll see what it is. I don't know what anything is called. But let me get it set up. Okay. Okay. Setting that up. Here we go. Here we go. Something from Jay Blazer.
King Blazer. Orders like Excalibur to all challengers. I put you on the calendar for the execution date with your head on. A gold blade close your drapes. You cannot escape. I tie weights to your ankles and watch you sink to the bottom of the fiery licks. Stranded on the planet of the apes, dressed in the Batman cape, smoking a chalice with Aurora Borealis in the palace. I speak malice. I accept the challenge for all those who become friends and foes. I let the calico blow. 7 shots to your cranium. The bullets vibrate vibranium. Baptize them with fire. I'm your murder MC for hire. Now call Messiah or call me Rasulullah 7, the Messiah or Belladonna. From the John Wick flick, I hold more clips. Hit you in your hips. Aurora Borealis, Rasulullah 7. The lost children of Babylon and beyond. With my main man, Aurora Borealis, King Blazer. King Blazer.
777 kings in your face. We come from a place where angels sing and heaven reigns. We walk to the star of the north of us. We see the auroras, borealis from the mainstream. Sedalis, semi-sweet beats that creep. Sleep in a deep state of paralysis. Before you sleep, King David made it possible with the blade. They all choppable, the blade sharp. We have to keep moving like sharks, waiting for the challenge. We never provoke. We dismantle the scandalous. Once you feel the talents, it's too late. Hey, Rue came through, flew in with his cape. And like Nate, dog, have to regulate some. God's messengers hate none. Chosen ones, listen to Isaiah. We refuting the truth, but wait in patience for God to water the seeds as we do these deeds and rebuke Satan. We the few came through with the light we shed on the path. Go down that street with that baseball cap, might get your face all smashed. Your burning desire to get jumped in, you might get jumped out the dome, out the snow globe. Oh shit, no, practicing the art form like the dojo. You trapped in here for eternity. Oh no, here we go. We're with the slow flow, fast flow. I don't know. I switch it up so you don't know. I'm like a box of chocolate. You don't know what you're gonna get. I come through bombing them, fucking up your shit like coconut with the cream. And I spit off the top of motherfucking rock. The planet like earthquake. I'm taking them home to the volcano. Put you back in the dome. Bring it on. What the you thinking? You're not thinking. You're flinching, blinking. I come through so fast, there's no time to react. Your eyelashes is still coming down when I fuck you up. It's on now. What the fuck you think was gonna happen? You get me going? I can't stop. I'm like a train on the tracks, and you the body laying. Nobody's stopping me. I be slaying MCs one at a time, one of a kind. My dome's fucking crazy. 7 plus talking at the same time. While y'all retarded, not even knowing what's happening. Y'all be talking about the ocean. I'm what's making it collapse on them.
All right. Jay Blazer, what y'all think about that? So that first, I guess that was Aurora Borealis on the beat, and it sounded like Rasulullah 7 on the verse, and then we obviously heard Jay Blazer toward the end. That was interesting. You got all fires. Bragadino in the house. He gave it fire. You know what I'm saying? There's your fires. At the end of the day, it's the fans speak for it is. You know what I mean? Second one was Yage, second beat. Got you. Is that what this was? What is that? Is that something else? Okay, we got the second one here. All right, here we go. Second submission.
They don't even wanna get better. It's all psychological, highly improbable that you're gonna stop a gunner coming in hot with twin Glocks and a double barrel cutoff and a hell of a shot with the elephant shot. One time I stole their car. I shot him with the elephant snot when I popped the trunk. I go way back, defeating the centipedes. Solo missions with a maser laser to slay the beast. Y'all's just play games that's unacceptable. To be a vegetable, playing Atari, home safe with your mommy, who had sex with your principal, say you're sorry. You should be lighting stuff on fire and playing heavy metal. Then came the Beastie Boys, NWA, and let's not play with Nintendo. 40s and shorties, dope fiends and bangers. The 90s was a grimy time to enter the chambers. The 90s was a grimy time to enter the chambers. You want some beef? Left-legged Larry had a little lamb. Completely change your DNA spiral. Now you're a gyro. I'm the tzatziki. You're the wall. I'm the graffiti. I'm Paul Wall with the nicest ices. We're degenerate with gingivitis. Yeah, young, dumb, full of cum. Need someone to check your bleeding gums. You might want to take some shrooms. Then right when you're picking is when I resume to punch in your chest to rip your heart out like the Temple of Doom. Rip your throat out. Swayze and Roadhouse, the perfect weapon to consume. You're like Forrest Yo, I'm like the white horse, such a depressing view under the crescent moon. Pay homage to God, my violent plots aren't common thoughts. You kinda like it, but now your stomach's tighter than not condom shots. I'm fearless, like a single Doug with a rocket launcher aimed at your armored truck. I hear my shit, you trying to distract me. I hope you distract me. I hope you choke reciting your joke. And I start laughing. I didn't mean for this to happen. There's no reason that I'm happy. It's the karma, it's the arm against those who form weapons against me and my father. So why even bother to be or not to be? We shall see. R.I.P. Dirty, that's outlast infinity. While those hip walking and bull talking. I'm shoe popping and another epiphany. He might steal, he might squeal when I break his bones. Unlike Cap Jones, his cap pill, it's my cap's pill. Fuck what you say, I don't play. My life's real, so bless it. So bless this, let's see. Who beat? Where's my bros? I test, win, and send as we ascend to a whole higher level. And while they dance with the devil and pretend, I'm just gonna do this shit again and again. Blow my snot nose with you. I rip your muscle tissue. While you try to throw a hex like a Haitian, I'm the fear in your hesitation. With my light, you see the demonstration. Demonstration minus the demon is straight, son. Like my mentor,
okay.
Blaze one. To give is better than to take from. God's
you had one.
Put them down versus trying to lift them. Thinking stealing's gonna fulfill your brokenness for the more revealing. Your darkness is empty. I already have plenty, so get off my dick sincerely get sick.
Okay, you got my attention with one bar there. You had something there. It's pretty shaky. I'm gonna be honest. It's pretty shaky. You're really good at finding good beats. Let me tell you that. These beats are fire. I'm feeling the beat. There's so much potential with it, especially the first one that was knocking. They're totally good freestyle type beats. Really cool stuff with the beats. There was one bar you said that I like. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but like, it's a little shaky. But you're getting better. Your delivery's better. You speak with conviction and confidence. It's just, I'm not feeling some of the rhymes yet. But by comparison from your old stuff, it's a whole lot better. There was one thing you said that I was... It was right here in the middle.
Demonstration minus the demon is straight, son.
Right there. That was cool. Demonstration minus the straight, son. Okay, let's go back real quick.
My light is see the demonstration minus the demon is straight, son. Like my man.
Demonstration minus the demon is straight, son. Okay, that's cool. Because you gotta write that down and keep it. Go back and then spit it straight. Demonstration minus the demon is straight, son. And nice and clean and delivery, because a lot of the other bars you can hear that you're freestyling it, and so I hear uncertainty in a lot of the verse, because it's a freestyle, I get it, but it almost sounds like you're freestyling in one take, going back, chopping it up, and saying there, you know, where I would do the first freestyle of you spitting it all out, write down all the good bars, go back and re-spit, and then you'll have a lot more of a cleaner delivery. Do you know what I mean? It still sounds dope. It's still cool. You got a lot of fire in the chat. It's very good. But I can help you like really clean that up. I do like that one bar though. Cause you create a compound syllable rhyme and then you broke it up into two words. Demonstration, demon is straight, son. That was cool. That was cool. So I'm gonna give you that. But yeah, man, you're sounding better and better. We'll leave it at that. Shout out to DJ Blazer. You've got a lot of progress forward, and you know that's all that matters. And you got people giving you fire in the chat, like boom. All right, I think we got one more song promotion, and then we straight, son. All right. Here we go. This artist is the last artist here. Last submission of the night. His name is Tdot, the Chosen Key from Milwaukee. Song is called I Know What You Did Last Bars. Ooh. Nice, here we go. Band Lab. Okay, hold up. Let me clean up this visual. Scream Mask, Ghostface.
to your mammies, okay?
Bumping that rosebud's revenge. My perception is all steady, no singe. That little stubble could kindle the whole blend. Instead of losing it all, calculate, make amends. Breathing easy like Dodie when in the wind. I write my best shit when I had to think again. My first time around, too anxious, need a zen. The second time around, I'm Shalimar dropping these gems. I don't know what the fuck you thought was stopping him. Niggas thought they broke the code, it's just that hot phlegm. I don't know what the fuck you thought was stopping him. Niggas thought they broke the code, it's just that hot phlegm. Cruising, bumping that rosebud's revenge. My perception is all steady, no singe. That little stubble could kindle the whole blend. Instead of losing it all, calculate, make amends. Cruising, bumping that rosebud's revenge. My perception is all steady, no singe. That little stubble could kindle the whole blend. Instead of losing it all, calculate, make amends.
That's cool. I'm kind of sad it was so short. That was cool though. Yeah, that left me wanting to hear a little bit more. I like the you kind of had a scheme going on there with the way you were dropping that. I like that pattern that you created. And it was chill. It left you wanting more, you know, and that was a cool beat. And I like the scary theme, you know. When you have these themes, they're good because it gives it definition. You know what I mean? It gives it a theme. All right. Ceaseless One says not bad. Same here, AD. Yeah. Jay Bland says needs a little more polish, but definitely keep going. That's what's up. Shout out to Tdot, the chosen key. I remember the other submissions too, Tdot. Shout out to Milwaukee. Isn't Milwaukee an Indian name? Yes, it is. It was originally called Milwaukee, which is El Gotham for the good land. If you saw Wayne's World, you know exactly what part I just did. Because that was a Wayne's World quote. Milwaukee. Milwaukee. Let's see who remembers that from Wayne's World. Okay. That's what's up. That is the end of today's song promotion segment. Shout out to everybody who submitted tracks. I'm gonna hit refresh one more time just in case. And that's that for that. All right, let's close it out. Thanks to everybody. I hope you guys all have a great Father's Day. And you've got the wind down on Wednesday, and you've got Priest in the studio this Thursday. It's going to be off the chain. We've got new lighting. We've got a new camera angle. It's going to look a lot cleaner and all that. So that's what's up. Y'all check out xclusivedirect.com. That store is growing. And we're going to leave y'all with Kabbalion. See y'all next time. Yeah.
Venus and Holophels, thick Victory visits for Lord Vest through Vortex. Stargate, the tarot card shows Patar face. The god is fate while I cigar taste. Priest, I'm camouflaged within the grates. I channel into stars, then disperse around space. Send candles in the Mars, then the verses I create. Each bar becomes a god, past times, different place. While y'all on Instagram, I microdose with 1/10 of a gram. The mics I broke with the strength of a ram. Took my rights, Jim Crow said I'm only 1/5 of a man. Now you can see the whole god that I am. I consume the whole mushroom. To whom much is given, much is required. Trust your messiah. I'm a monsoon, a typhoon, clusters of fire. Big hands reach out the jewel, clutching the rider.
What's your desire?
To rule. My heavy mental became an empire. With the symbol of 10 bulls, it's simple, I reign wiser. My temples are raised higher. Explain firmly. Hermes, Trismegistus, and lyrics that specialize in the pyramids and physics. It's mesmerizing for human ears to hear this. My nebula guidance. Soon you feel this weirdness. Your blood pressure rises. You get cold as the fear grips your soul. The sheer bliss, you go spirit from bones. This way into the vape room. Read my Vedas, may make you wanna take shrooms. Be free in nature, can your nostrils take fumes? You need the gospel as you face doom. I lay in tombs and ski on vapor. The Kabbalion, 528 hertz the volume. My verse is like the universe is falling. I search, there's no human worth my calling. The whole earth, every womb, every coffin. The hermetic hookah lounge. I'm in the back, I'm not used to crowds. Sudden movements in groups too loud. I just lounge in my suit and crown. Cigars in the cog, red shoes on the towels. Wild style when I blow a cloud. Women get aroused as their attention swim around. It's written down, pen is swung like a pendulum. My writing is psilocybin mycelium. Bicentennium, bodies and drums to next millennium. Reptilian, next get rung, I'm killing them. Since Da Vinci carved this demigod. Called the priest cause he knew I came from the infinite divinity squad. Heru, Nimrod. Firestones engraved to the Templar. Priest, I rise upon the throne where sages grew, Avenger.